normal star as well. Let's go for that one perfect. Let's go for that one on the perfect run, shall we? And I do agree with him. So yeah, 31 more euros for that. Anyway, with that, I think if everybody's ready, we're going to be throwing it over to Super Mario Galaxy 2 Green Stars by our very own ShadowFrost. So let's give it up for him, and let's enjoy some more Mario.
All right. Thank you, Cruel, for that introduction. So today I'll be running Super Mario Galaxy 2 Green Stars. Quick thing before I start, Green Stars is basically once you got all the 120 regular stars, a new Green Star will unlock in every, an extra Green Star will unlock for every Green Star. So that's why we're also starting on a 120 star completed file. So just before the start of the run, I wanted to mention that. So I'm ready whenever Tech is and everyone is as well. So can I get a countdown?
3, 2, 1, go!
So yeah, this is Super Mario Galaxy 2 Green Stars. Like, basically in the game, you've just beaten Bowser for the second time after completing the final Bowser level for the second time, and now this little animation shows up of all the green comets appearing, which means some extra sort of little challenge in each level. Basically, the goal behind the green stars is find the green stars somewhere hidden in the level. Some of them are hidden really well, others are a little bit more difficult. We're gonna start out with one that's slightly better hidden, but luckily there are some cues to help you find them. So first over here, if you just not point your Wiimote at the screen and just mash A, you automatically select the first star you haven't collected yet. And in this case, it's green star number 1. The green stars are always in order in which you're able to collect them, or how the game intends you to collect them. So technically, they want you to go for green star 1 now, but we can go for the other green stars in this one as well. So we're gonna quickly start over here by going up this wall over here and talk to this Luma over here. And that will bring me over to the next planet. You might already see a slight hint of where the other green star might be, but we're gonna leave that for a bit. So running this game as Luigi, because Luigi is faster than Mario, and you know, he jumps a bit higher, so it's really useful for doing some of these skips. Here we're gonna jump up this wall, but instead of going in the launch star this Luma creates, there's actually a green star back here. That's one already! But yeah, with this you can see in what kind of locations they actually hide these green stars. Like, they'll put them behind a wall, in really hard to reach places, and sometimes it's just in plain sight, but it's kind of difficult to get to. So with that, we actually, as you saw in the star collection screen, we actually collected green star number 2. You actually see it here on the star selection screen as well. And this is where the real good thing comes up. Like, since I collected green star 2 first, I can just mash A again to go to green star 1 again. And the good thing about this game is that once you've watched the cutscene already, the next time you watch it, you can actually skip it. So this time, you can actually just go straight into the level and not have to watch the animation of the level showing up. And yeah, there's already a next green star. The green stars are really fast. I hope I can talk fast enough to talk a little bit about them. But yeah, the little animation skips is definitely, it saves a couple of seconds each time, but if you imagine that this happens like 60 times in a run, I would say that it definitely adds up to multiple minutes. So up next is green star number 3, and the first 2 green stars were placed in the first level you normally do in this galaxy, but this third green star is actually placed in the second galaxy, so therefore we couldn't go for this green star yet before, so for green star 3 we have to watch the cutscene again, unfortunately. At least we watch a different cutscene.
Rip cutscene skips.
Yeah, this game doesn't have a lot of cutscene skips, but luckily we can skip those intro cutscenes now and then. Right here, we're gonna go to the other side of this planet, just long jump over the fence, because why not? Then we're gonna break open this change-up, which has the key to unlock this cage over here, and the Luma is trapped inside, and we save him. Aww. And the Luma is gonna help us over here to advance further. If we talk to him, he's so happy that he helped, that we freed him, that he's actually gonna help us by creating a launch star to the next planet. Here we're getting to First off, it's still the same like 3D-wise gameplay, but Galaxy 2 also has some 2D sections actually. Because once we get in here, we're actually gonna switch to a 2D section over here where we're basically... Oh, pay attention here to not get hit there. Oh, dang it. I missed the cycle. Oh well. Oh, gotta go down here. There we go. So yeah, that's the first Galaxy already down. But yeah, these 2D sections controls sometimes get a little bit weird in here. This planet in particular, not that bad, but there will be some sections later where 2D controls are not working that greatly. So yeah, first Galaxy down, and now we're basically, the route to this category is pretty simple. We have to go to all the worlds, and it's just the fastest movement we can think of on the world map. It's pretty straightforward. It's not that many different routes we can take. So it's actually the first time me playing Galaxy and not having the route next to me, because normally you go all over the place to figure out what the best route is, with comments appearing and whatnot. But here, basically, first do World 1, then do World 2, then World 3, etc. It's definitely one of the easier routes in Galaxy games.
I think probably one of the easier routes in games in general. I mean, granted, I've seen some of these stars, and oh boy, but, you know, route-wise at least, it isn't all that difficult, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Here we're gonna go, hopefully do an interesting skip over here. It's a pretty difficult one. I'll probably go for it once, and if it doesn't work, I'll go do the level slightly more the regular way. We're first gonna get up here, and you see a green star up there, but we're not gonna go there yet. We're actually gonna bounce off this... Oh! Well, it's really weird. We want to bounce off that fruit and start fluttering. However, sometimes it doesn't really work for some reason. So, for some reason, it's so weird. Sometimes when you bounce on that fruit, Yoshi doesn't want to flutter. Alright, if I... I don't know what it is. One more. Oh. Yeah, there we already see a little bit of the strat we do there. Oh well. I guess we won't go for the skip, and I'll go for this green star then. I wanted to show off a cool skip over there, but it's a pretty difficult one with Yoshi bouncing on something and doing some infinite flutters, which I guess we'll go back to it in a little bit. So I wanted to go for green star 3 first, but you know, since this one was already right next to us, I guess we're gonna do green star 1 first. So now I actually have to pay attention to the route where I actually have to manually click on green star 1. It's so much effort. Now I actually have to point at the screen. Like normally my brain always automatically just meshes the A button when I go to star selection screens, but you know, we really want that cutscene skip, so we have to go to green star 1 again. Alright, then we're gonna go do this level slightly more intended way, but still skipping quite a lot. So for the next 2 green stars, we actually need Yoshi, and you might have seen it a little bit earlier already, but there is a cool, interesting thing with Yoshi, and the thing is he can infinitely flutter. And as you can see, you can get a lot of momentum out of that, which can help us cross huge gaps if really needed. Unfortunately, this level doesn't have that many, besides the skip I wanted to try. Like, basically you would jump from that thing we were, and we would land on the next planet over here. Overall, it saves like 10 seconds, but I tried to show it up, but sometimes that happens. So here we're gonna quickly go through the entire level. Unfortunately, this green star is like all the way at the end, so this one always takes a while. Also, we don't really need Yoshi for this part. Slightly faster to drop Yoshi there. There we just skipped it, using the flower with Yoshi to get over to the next planet. But we were kind of mean to Yoshi. Well, I guess we're gonna use him for the final part again. Because besides getting a lot of distance, you can also gain a lot of height with Yoshi, which makes us able to skip this segment over here. Just gonna flutter up here and quickly grab this flower twice, making the cycle off the platform. We're gonna flutter a bit higher again. And then the green star's over there. And sorry, Yoshi, I could have stayed on Yoshi, but it was like too 1-2 frames faster to drop in. Like,
We gotta save the frames, man.
yeah.
So important here, honestly.
Also, as you can see here, after each star you get, well, after certain stars you get a little text box saying like you've got 2 star bits or you got 1 coin. The coins we can't really do much about appearing. However, if you don't, or at least, like, let me take a step back. If you actually don't end the level without any coins or without any star bits, you actually don't get that text box. Therefore, it's usually beneficial to, right before the end of the level, just shoot away all your star bits. You can't do that with coins, so once you grab a coin, you're destined to see that little text box appearing, but star bits are quite easy to get rid of. You just press B on the controller when you're not on Yoshi. Oops, I wanted to do a long jump there. Work, unfortunately, so we'll just kill the Magic Koopa like that. And once we grab Yoshi, we're gonna take a slightly different angle here. You can already see the green star there in the back, and you know, let's just flutter as closely as we can. Fortunately, I had to make a little stop there, but still relatively fast getting that green star. And that's 2 galaxies down, only 47 more to go, I think, from the top of my head. There's quite a lot of galaxies in here. Luckily, the green stars are usually pretty fast. Like, already the one you saw, for example, in Yoshi Star, or in Sky Station, the first galaxy. There are stars which are like, actually just a couple of seconds to get. So, therefore, luckily, getting 120 stars, like green stars, it's about 3.5 hours. And compare that to a regular 120 star run in this game, which is getting the 120 regular stars. That's like at least 6 hours. So 3.5 hours to 6 hours for getting the same amount of stars gives a good indication of how fast green stars are in comparison to the regular stars. So here we're getting to Flip Swap, and Flip Swap has a really cool mechanic. We're gonna go to this platform over here, and if we actually long jump, oh, or not, I guess we sometimes make a mistake. Let's try that again. Come on, Luigi, I want you to do a long jump over there. Shouldn't be that hard to do. Oh. Right. There we go. If you actually use the upwards momentum of the platform, you can actually gain way more distance than you normally would with a long jump, skipping big parts of this level. Oh, grab the coin there. Like every time I grab a coin, I can only think like, ah, there goes a second. Anyway, the green star is up here, and with a quick triple jump, we actually grab it. So again, going for green star 2 first, and then sometimes you can easily see the green star on the way there already. Like this time you saw the other green star in the back. Like, first time you play this, it can be quite tricky to find some of the green stars. You'll definitely see that in some other levels, but with these 2 green stars, I would say they're pretty good inside, especially if you use that long jump, but I guess that's not something everybody does. So yeah, you'll see that notification a lot during these runs, like pranks or Comet appeared. I think I understand after seeing it like 3 or 4 times that there are green stars around.
Nah, man. I mean, those green stars, they've got to be quite well hidden.
Well, this one isn't. Like,
okay, that's fair. You've got a fair point there, Frosty.
So yeah, that's Flip Swap, and up next is Cloudy Court Comet. And in Cloudy Court Comet, we're gonna use a power-up which was introduced in this game. And it's a really useful power-up. We can cover way more ground than... Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm confused. I'm confused about my route already. We're not there even close. It's like in 3 levels. My bad.
I mean, for what it's worth, that part of confusion at least didn't lead you to the wrong level or something, which, to be fair, has happened to me on other games way too often.
Yeah, like, it's very difficult to make a routing mistake in this one. I have to give that, like, worst case, I'm just talking about the wrong star in advance, and then I just gotta adjust my story along the way.
it's just a sneak peek of what's going to be happening fairly soon.
Oh, oops, I forgot about the strat here. Normally, another power-up was introduced in this level though, but we're not gonna see that for just a bit. Oh. Let's do a triple jump over here. Like in this level, they introduced a new power-up, the drill power-up. And with that, you can dig to the ground and get all the way to the other planet. We're gonna see it on this one over here. It can be really useful. However, if we're using the power-up, we can't really do long jumps, which is the fastest form of transportation. So we usually try to avoid the power-up as much as possible. Also, I clipped in the wall there, and then we were able to do this section a little bit faster. Just a minor thing.
Was that just a green star I saw around the corner there while you did that?
You definitely saw that one. Good eye. It's like this entire green star category is just, can you find the green star?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you do this stuff in the past. Some of these are really well hidden.
Yeah, definitely. In World 1, I wouldn't say they're that bad yet. There are some tricky ones, but yeah, I can totally understand what you mean. Like, it's some of them are just... Yeah, I just don't want to talk about them. But I guess I eventually will, because we gotta collect them all.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes, I want to talk about that my green stars. Like, why are some of them so well hidden? But there's just one green star I'm gonna complain about in approximately World 5. It's just annoying, and that's, yeah. No, not even the rock one. It has something to do with sensor bars, and that you have to be precise on the Wii sensor bar, and why am I not getting this triple jump? Hello? Okay, I need to play this way too risky. And just triple jump here as well. I'm used to doing this trick with Mario, and with Mario you're supposed to get a lot closer because Mario doesn't jump as high, but with Luigi, the trick, you can actually have quite some leeway, but I was just playing it more on Mario's strat. That's cruel indeed, as you said. There was a green star over here, and we're grabbing it down.
Nice.
So yeah, then green star number 3 is gonna be in the other level, but luckily it's relatively close to the start. Like, there's just some levels. Whenever I play this game, there's always levels like, oh, those go by. I wish some levels go by so fast, and others, well, I want them to last longer, and others just never end. And you know, this one, from the top of my mind, I think it's about an average level. I think it takes, if you do it correctly, about 4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. I don't know, I'm going too much into these. Let's just enjoy the green stars. Like, this is such a laid-back category. Like, you gotta watch these animations over and over again. It's just so nice. So now we're in the other level, and once we start walking on this planet over here, the Shadow Luigi clones will actually start appearing, and those just copy your every movement. So as you saw there, since I got hit, all the Shadow Luigis will get hit as well. And the basic thing behind that idea is you just gotta keep moving. Luckily in speedruns you don't stop that often, so most of the time zone don't really give any trouble. Here we're gonna go meet that green star over there, but you know, I'm just gonna take a hit there just because then we can actually do a spin up here and wall kick up the green star. You can do it while holding the drill power up, but that would mean you have to do a side flip, and the side flip, it doesn't work that great in this game. Like, Mario's usually in most games he's pretty good in side flipping, but at least the 3D Mario games, but in Galaxy games it's just, or Luigi. I'm gonna say Mario and Luigi through all over again, and I'm sorry in advance for that. Anyway, we're gonna go to right side down Galaxy. This level is almost entirely based on, it's gonna be almost entirely a 2D level, with a really cool thing is, which is switching gravity. Like, you'll see in the background where the gravity is pointing. So as you can see here, the blue arrows, the gravity points out, but once you get to that switch, the gravity just flips around, and then you gotta adjust to Luigi suddenly running on the ceiling. here. I'm gonna try to get 1 or 2 star bits just so I can do a little trick over here. This Goomba over here can be kind of annoying, but if I shoot it early with a star bit, I can actually just defeat him way more easily. If you hit him with a star bit, you just have to run into the Goomba instead of having to jump on it or spin against it. But if you just shoot a star bit, it's just really easy to get past him. Oh. Yeah, lots of changing gravity over here, but we're gonna skip. We're totally not gonna do the level this in the intended way. Here they want you to actually hit a switch up there to change the gravity, but who needs that if you can just jump down? That makes this section really interesting, because normally there would be chain jumps spawning over here, but since we're kind of the trigger of those starting to appear actually is when you hit that switch, so we don't have to deal with the chain jumps over there. So here we have a trusty power-up of Luigi, the Fire Flower, and with that we're gonna break these boxes and quickly get through. Like, the advantage and at the same time disadvantage of the Fire Flower is if you do a spin now, you don't actually gain height, but you also don't lose your speed, so useful for crossing slightly bigger... Oh, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to go for the regular star! Ooh, hang on.
Okay, we say saved, I hope.
Yeah, we should be good. Oh, normally I'm not used to doing it from this side.
This looks interesting for sure. But we got it.
That's what you get when you run both any percent and green stars. Like, you do the same level basically almost the entire same way, and then at the end you realize, oh wait, I have to do the other strat over here. Luckily, I didn't mess up there. To be fair, it isn't the longest level, so it wouldn't have been the worst level to do it in, but I would just rather not do it. Here, one more green star to go. Again, skipping the cutscene. And hopefully, didn't want to say it, but last time I kind of messed up the strat over here, so luckily I got a second try to hopefully do this backflip correct. Oh, and I guess if you do this backflip correctly, you can just immediately land on the flower over here. Oh well, didn't hit the Goomba with the star bits. As you can see, aiming with the Wii cursor, it isn't the most precise thing ever.
Is the music always this cheery? I've never noticed this.
Yeah, the music in this game is quite cheery, actually. I would say it's way lighter than Mario Galaxy 1. It's just really nice. Definitely, you can see that this game was designed for kids, but I still like the music though. I guess we're all kids in the inside.
It's just that level music, I'd never noticed that it was that cheery.
Alright, so for this next green star, it can be a little bit annoying because it's kind of high up in the air over here. It's right above this check. Oh, don't run into that. And a really weird thing about the Fire Flower power-up is that if you just keep on throwing fireballs and just shake really fast, you actually gain more height with it. It's really weird, but luckily it helps really well for getting that green star, because with just jumping off that 3D section and just trying to grab it, you always just barely miss it if you do it with regular Luigi. But with the Fire Flower, it definitely makes it quite a bit easier. So now we're actually gonna go to the level where I was talking about like 3 levels ago. This level introduces a really cool power-up, which makes it able to cover quite some distance. You just have to see it. Like, it's gonna be really interesting. So, the preview gave it away. You can see the power-up over here. It's the Cloud power-up. And with the Cloud power-up, you get 3 clouds to your disposal, and whenever you do a spin, Luigi creates a cloud and you're actually able to land on it. You also become a little bit more floaty, so long jumps will become a bit longer, which is really going to be useful for this next skip over here. So first we're going to go up this tree over here, and I'm actually going to go towards where the secret of this level is. But, you know, I don't really want to do the secret, so we're just going to long jump off here, all the way over here. Do another long jump. And And we can just land on this section over here. Because why would you do the level the regular way? The regular way is actually kind of slow because you would even go to a different... Oh, don't fall. For the regular level, you would even have to stay longer on that first planet, go to a second planet where you have to collect star chips, being chased by Shadow Luigis. You don't want to do that. So yeah, this green star, normally it's really far into the level, but with that skip, it actually makes this level quite short. You don't actually get to see that threat in any percent, where you just jump off to the... Wait, you get to see it in any percent, but you don't see it in 120 stars, mostly because in the other section of the level, there's actually a comet medal. And the comet medal makes you able to unlock some extra stars during the playthrough. So for a 120 star playthrough, you would actually need to grab that comet medal, so you can't do that skip. But in any percent, you can also do that skip. Mario jumps a little bit less further though than Luigi, so it makes the skip actually quite a bit harder to actually get on top of the waterfall. But yeah, luckily we're Luigi and it makes it quite easy. So this is also one of the levels where probably Green Star 1 is gonna take longer than Green Star 2. Mostly because for Green Star 1 we need the cloud power up, same as for Green Star 2, but Green Star 2 is actually in a really convenient location. It's like almost right next to where the cloud power up is. This is one of those green stars that starts to get hidden a little bit better. The only real indication you have for this star is the shadow of the star, which the shadow always goes immediately down. So you can see on the floor that there are some sort of objects high up in the sky there. And for those viewers who really paid attention very closely, or people who just know this run, they might have already seen a similar shadow earlier like this, because the first green star is actually right above where we start. But since we can't get there without the cloud power up, we actually need to go collect the cloud power up, walk back, and then get the green star.
I gotta admit, I've been trying to pay attention for the most, but I had not noticed that.
Yeah, it's a very easy thing to not see, so luckily I know the location. So if you ever struggled with this, you still weren't able to collect all the green stars, here's a quick playthrough on where to find them all. Just 3.5 hours and you'll know where they all are.
That's still shorter than most tutorials, right?
Yeah, definitely. Just 3.5 hours, that's nothing.
On the note of that 3.5 hours, we can make it a little bit longer if you guys donate for a certain incentive for the perfect run. We're still 31 euros away from getting that met, so be sure to get those in, because might as well see a couple of really, really cool normal stars along the way, right?
Yeah, like, with so many green stars, it's so sad for all the yellow stars we don't collect. Come on, guys, you want to see at least one yellow star being collected. Well, to be fair, I'll be doing it on a completed file, so it will be actually a transparent star. But don't mind that. Don't mind.
Minor details. Minor details.
All right, in this level is always very interesting because Nintendo in general with Galaxy games, they aren't that great in placing invisible walls, so we can basically just get over this wall over here and then. Yeah, we don't need to do half of the level. Also, I'm gonna play it a little bit safe here. There is a riskier strat for this green star over here, but this is BSG, so... wait, no, never mind. Sorry, the risky strat involves lava boost. This one didn't.
Aww. We missed out a BSG lava boost?
I'm sorry. I should have gone for it at least once, just for the hype.
We've still got lava boost in the name for the in the lead for the Dark Souls name, so we've got that going for us at least.
That's very true. We got one more green star to go in World 1, and then that's already 1 out of 7 worlds done. This is going by really fast, right? So for this one, the skip I did earlier with the swamp of getting on the wall, you actually need to do that to get this other green star. Like, apparently Nintendo eventually figured out, like, hey, you're able to skip this segment. So I'm quickly gonna hope to skip a cycle over here. Yep. So yeah, the green star is all the way in the back there. Like, first time I played this game, I realized the green star was there once I get to the next planet. And at that moment, you can't really go back. So you then have to do the entire level again. That's often the case with these green stars. Often, when you notice that the green star is there, it's quite a couple of times it's actually too late for you to grab it.
Wait, does that mean that getting on top of the castle there like that is actually intended?
It is for the green stars.
That's interesting. I always thought that skip would be like an unintended little thing you could do, but...
Well, I haven't figured out a different way of getting on that castle wall over there, so...
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just didn't expect that to actually be an intended thing. I mean, skipping half the level and all that.
That's very true. You can even skip more in that level, but since we didn't need to go to the boss fight, luckily we didn't have to do that skip. Well, it's a really easy skip, though. So, this is one of those levels where one of green stars is the most obvious thing ever. It's right there when you watch the intro cutscene, so that's really convenient to find. However, we'll not be grabbing that quite yet. We're first going to go for, as usual, for the final green star in the level. And since, well, we already see another green star there, but we're not going to bother with that one yet. We're first going to go to green star number 3. In this next session, they want you to ground pound on the other side of this planet to actually get to this launch star, but you can jump high enough to actually get to it. Here, you have to slow down just a little bit to wait for this wall to drop. Oh, that was unfortunate. I wasn't able to do the skip here. Aww, that means we gotta wait.
Aw, rip the skip.
Oh well, it doesn't take that long. There, you can already see the next green star. And, you know, I don't like playing it risky for this one, so I'm just gonna wait here for a little bit. Let Luigi wiggle around for a bit, and then we just run into the green star now. You can technically do a long jump and then spin at right the moment to get that green star. Not worth it in my opinion. It's sure it saves like a few seconds, but I'm not that top runner yet. Maybe once I go for really good times, I'll go try do that skip. But for now, this is half casual playthrough, sort of, but not really. So yeah, this next green star you already saw it quite obviously in the intro cutscene. This is one of those green stars, like if you see this green star too late or you're not paying attention of, it's actually really difficult to get because as you saw, it's right in front of a wall over there that eventually falls over. But if that wall's gone, then technically you can still get it, but it becomes way more difficult to actually grab it, so let's not go for that. It's here, I'm gonna go to the launch star again. Like, because technically you can do a triple jump off that little thingy that's still standing upright, but, you know, just doing a triple jump wall kick over there, it's definitely way easier. So with this next green star, it's gonna be a slightly more risky green star. It's not like it's too difficult, but if you make a small mistake though, it can cause you to actually have to redo the level. So probably for marathon strats, I should have gone for this one first, but I actually kind of forgot about it until just now, so let's just hope it doesn't go wrong. Going in here. Ah, thank God for all these cutscene skips, otherwise this category would be really long. But yeah, for this green star we have to go use this spring over here, and we need to avoid the question mark block, because if you actually break the question mark block, you're not able to get to this green star anymore, and there's no way to respawn it, so you either leave the level or have to take an intentional death, I guess. I guess the intentional death is slightly faster. But hey, that didn't happen. So for this next one, we got two choices on where to go. I don't know where my route normally takes me, but I'm just gonna see which level I want to do first. I guess this one. Gonna do Hightail Falls. Hightail Falls is a really interesting level. Like, in Mario Galaxy 2, any level with Yoshi in it, it's usually pretty broken. And in this case, this level isn't an exception. Because we already saw the Infinite Yoshi Flutter, which just uses regular Yoshi. However, in this level, we get a power-up as well. And with this power-up, some interesting skips are also possible. But now that I think about it, I don't think we actually see them in green stars, unfortunately. I can't remember for certain, but it's still really... It's every speedrunner's favorite power-up, because these power-ups let you go fast!
Much fast, much wow.
Yeah, for this section we're gonna do slightly unintentional way. We're actually gonna go to the left side over here, which is slightly more difficult. But then in the end, we're still gonna go right side to this launch star. Because on the left side there's actually an extra pepper over there. And if we eat that pepper and actually go to this section now, we still have the pepper for Yoshi for quite a bit, so we can just run to the next pepper. Otherwise you need to regular walk on that first part, and you know, we're speedrunners, not speed walkers. Alright, here we're gonna do a little skip. I'm just gonna flutter over here. Getting as much momentum as I normally do. Well, still made it. And we go up here. Gonna jump off over here. Then we can just go to these flowers over here. And then in the end, we ditch Yoshi because otherwise you can't make it. Or we do an infinite flutter, but nah, we're dropping Yoshi. I'm always so mean to Yoshi in this run.
Yeah, rip Yoshi. It's so sad, honestly.
Yeah.
It's killing him off like that every time.
I know. I'll try to save him from now whenever possible, I guess. Actually, for this next green star, I'm gonna keep him around because this next green star is really finicky. Because at one point we have to rely on depth perception, and everybody knows that depth perception in video games is always the most terrible thing ever.
Oh boy, yeah, you can say that again.
So luckily with Yoshi, if we miss the green star because of depth perception, we can still infinite flutter back at least. So I'll try to keep Yoshi around for it. So here, this section is pretty much the same. Like, it's not really that much we can do to speed this up. So if my lovely host would tell me something about what we're running for, now would be an ideal time.
Well, yeah, I can do that for you. So, yeah, I guess for everybody here that's new here, we're the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering, a speedrunning marathon here held here in the Netherlands, and we're a beneficiary of the Dutch Cancer Society. Now, the Dutch Cancer Society is an organization that strives for less cancer, more cure, and a better quality of life for those already battling the disease. 90% of your donations will go directly towards the Dutch Cancer Society, so be sure to get your donations in. And on the note of BSG and all the events that come with it, we do these kind of events on a monthly basis. So be sure to check out the Discord to get updates, or Discord and the Twitter. I should mention the Twitter as well for updates on when our future events are going to be. Can I keep going, or do you?
Yeah, it was basically the part with the depth perception. Like, we got it first try.
That's
so
fair enough.
It just now I couldn't explain. Like, sometimes you just miss the green star. Now it seems like I've just lied to everyone. That's so continue.
It's just hard. It's just hard. We can agree, but you're just that good, you know.
Fair enough.
But yeah, as I was saying, we do these events quite a lot, and once a year, and that'll be this year all the same, we do our week-long annual event that'll be running from August 19th through 25th. Submissions for that are currently open and will be until May 6th, so be sure to get your submissions in as quickly as possible, you know, and just join us for a fantastic event full of campfires, fantastic runs, and just all in all a great time. Check out speedrun.com for submissions on that. And as always, keep an eye on the Discord for more information regarding everything. Can I throw it back to you, or?
Yeah, definitely.
Then go ahead, Frosty.
All right. We're gonna go to this section again, where this time we're gonna stay on the left side again, but this time we're not gonna go in the launch star because, you know, the game wants you rewards you for actually taking the difficult path, and there's just a green star waiting for you up there. Not even hidden, it's just that turn there can be a little bit annoying with the dash pepper, but luckily we didn't bonk and I made it look really easy, but it's actually more difficult than it looks like.
It kind of feels like a similar, but on a moon in Odyssey actually, where you have to do a similar thing where you keep boosting up, taking the difficult path in order to get to an additional moon somewhere. It's kind of funny how they actually have something similar here in Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh, Galaxy 2 ripped off Odyssey. How dare they?
Yeah, I know, right?
Not like this game released 9 years ago. Oh, this game is so old. I always forget.
Well, 8 years ago, if I'm judging by stream, as it says, 2010 and all that. But yeah, it did release like 7 years before Odyssey did, so I guess it becomes questionable which game ripped off which game, right?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. Let's just keep it a tie. They ripped off each other, I guess.
Yeah, that works. I can see that.
All right, for this level, we're gonna go grab the boulder power-up, and the boulder power-up is a very interesting power-up because once you do a spin, you actually go into this boulder form, and once you're in the boulder form, you can go quite a bit faster, but it can also become a little bit more difficult to control. Oh, oops. Do that. Here we're gonna quickly go over to this side because the green star is right over here. And this is actually the third green star in the level, so we should have already seen 2 green stars at this point. That's relatively close. Like, this level goes on for quite a bit longer, but no. For this one, they just know that the boulder power-up is not the greatest thing ever. And
Is it a bad thing that I missed both of them just now?
Definitely not. Like, they're both quite well hidden, I would say. So this next one especially. The other one, I think you could have seen in the intro cutscene if you paid close attention, but it's not in a spot you would look that quickly. But we'll see in a minute where this green star number 1 is. I don't think you actually get to see it at this point. Oh, you barely don't see it. Anyway, for the next 2 green stars, we don't actually need the boulder power up because we can do a small skip over here, where we just jump over to this platform over here. Once we're on this platform, the green star's actually behind here. Ooh. I saw the green star for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just genuine. Well, granted, you know where they are, but even then, I'm genuinely impressed, actually. I still did not see it, and I have actually been paying attention.
Yeah, some of them are really easy to miss, so I can definitely imagine missing, like, most of these green stars. But that's, like, the entire fun Nintendo wanted to add with these green stars. It's not like... Mostly finding them that's the most difficult part. Once you know where they are, they're not the most difficult to grab. Few exceptions, of course. But yeah, so we just grabbed green star behind there, and green star 1 has to be before that. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna use this bridge that hasn't fallen yet. And if we go up here all the way, it's actually up here.
Okay. Yeah, I probably should have seen that coming, actually.
So yeah, but yeah, if you just don't know where to look, then this one becomes actually quite hard, I would say. But you know, once you've played this game like once or twice, you kind of remember where all the green stars is. It's like, I remember like my 3rd run or something that for my 3rd run I still had notes open just in case where all the green stars were. But after that it was like, once you know where they are, it's kind of hard to forget where they are. All right, this is a Nintendo game, so of course we gotta incorporate some motion controls here. So we're gonna go with flying with Fluzzard, which is a bird, and it's not the most easiest to control. And at the same time, like normally you just have to get to the goal. Now we actually need to grab like this big of a green star. That's becomes quite a bit more difficult. Also very important here, don't once you've done this level once, you can actually skip the tutorial. But if you accidentally press yes there, you have to watch the tutorial again. Even though you're like already done the Fluzzard levels like 5 or 6 times. So yeah, these are Fluzzard controls where I actually have to turn the Wiimote. I don't know if it's on camera right now because I need to pay attention over here to
Yeah, it's visible on camera in case you wanted to know.
Yeah, all right. So you can see I have to twist my Wiimote to actually grab the control it. Also, there's a green star there. Bye, green star. But yeah, it can be quite finicky because if you just spin it slightly too fast, you can just easily miss a green star like that. I'm gonna go for the furthest green star first. As always, I should have probably grabbed the first one first because sometimes I do miss it. However, the second one is definitely way more difficult. You'll see in a moment why, because these controls are quite finicky, and if we have to do something go all the way to the right like this, and with all that speed still controlling on where we're gonna hit that green star, it can be quite tricky. So, I'm not the biggest fan of these green stars. But luckily there's like only 2 Fluzzard levels, so in total 4 green stars. Luckily it's not a big part of the run. There's gonna be a really difficult one in the next level though. So, or at least in the second galaxy we do with Fluzzard. So hopefully I can get through that one. I have a very special strat for that one though, so hopefully it works. So yeah, we already basically saw where this first green star is, but the most important thing always during this level is that you gotta skip the tutorial. So no thank you, please. We know how to use the bird. We've done it like less than a minute ago, but thanks again for asking though. Who knows, maybe I've forgotten in a minute.
You never know. I'd be the kind of player where I'd actually maybe still need that anyway. So, you know, it's nice that they offer it a second time, you know?
Fair enough. I guess it's better than if you really indeed need a tutorial and then it's not there, then you just completely forget and then you just...
I mean, I've had that happen a few times with games, you know, where you've got this weird mechanic and they show it once and then never again, and you're like, how did I do this again? So, you know, I can appreciate that, honestly.
This one feels pretty intuitive though. Like, one thing I really like about the tutorial, which we don't get to see, in Galaxy 1 there's a similar mechanic with the Manta Ray, where they first explain it to how to go left, and then every person would understand how to go right. But in Galaxy 1 they need to explain how to go right then as well. But luckily in this game, once they taught you how to go left, they don't also tell you how to go right. Like,
But how would I know?
I don't know. If you spin left far enough, eventually it will be like you're spinning right. So
that works too. That works too. I could accidentally figure that out, probably.
So yeah, this is Cosmic Cove. Probably one of the longest levels for the green star. Just because this first green star, it was already on screen for a little bit, but it's like all the way at the end of the regular level. So it's gonna take a little bit to get there, but we can listen to some relaxing music though. It's really nice. But after 1 minute, you're like bored of it, and then you still need to do like 5 more minutes in this level. Here, these enemies can be a little bit annoying. Like, I can talk about any percent time. Like normally in any percent, you would hit these things with a star bit and then shine your light at it, and then a coin spawns because there's actually a hungry Luma up there, which just wants to eat a lot of. I avoided that. Almost forgot about him. But yeah, you can see a pink launch star there, and originally you unlock that by collecting 15 coins. Oh, that was a little bit too early. Oops. Oh well, then we're just gonna jump out like this. But yeah, like normally an ideal route would actually involve killing those enemies by first shooting a star bit and then shining your light at it. Otherwise they just give star bits, and you know, a hungry Luma doesn't want to eat star bits, unfortunately. At least not that one. So yeah, here we get almost all the way to the end of the level. Like, you can already see the star in crystal there, but the green star is right behind the actual star. So here, and this is actually green star number 1, so it's actually the only green star in this missions. The other 2 green stars are in the second mission of this level, and the second mission is really long. There's lots of underwater segments, and underwater segments aren't like known to be very fast most of the time. It would be better if there were like the water mechanics of Galaxy 1, where if you can just basically continue spinning underwater and then eventually you'll go quite fast. However, they kind of removed that from this game. I guess they didn't really want you to go avoid the shells because spinning is technically faster underwater. But, oh well, that means we just grabbed the shell and got a really easy level going. So yeah, for this level, the original goal of this level is find the key to unlock the Luma. Luckily, we don't have to go that far in the level that we have to actually get the key. But wait, we actually do get the key, now that I think about it. We're not gonna go back to the Luma, but we do grab the key, just because it's in our way. Yeah, now we get to a little 2D section again with underwater mechanics. So, yeah, it's not a lot of directions we can swim to, I guess. Oh. You're gonna do a dive, because doing a dive, Luigi takes a little while to get speed up with swimming, so it's actually faster to start with a ground pound underwater to get through. However, after that, it's faster to just keep spinning. Luigi has an interesting mechanic, though, that he loses quite a bit of air, actually, when he spins underwater. Like, Mario barely loses any air when he does a spin, but Luigi, as you can see, we're already, like, halfway through our air just by doing this. Like, since we can't do spins over and over again, it's not too big of a deal in this game, but Galaxy 1, that can actually cause you quite a bit of trouble. Hang on. My nunchuck is being weird. Hang on. Oops. My nunchuck is starting to show some hiccups in...
I mean, let's be fair. Earlier we had the trouble with a console with a dead battery. Now we just have controller. I mean, we're all gonna get the BSG bork in this event, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what hasn't broken yet today, right?
Let's not go there. Don't actually jinx it.
Okay, that's fair. That is very fair.
Like, I could name many things that haven't broken yet, but if I start doing that, it's
Yeah,
sure it's
no,
gonna happen.
you're not wrong, actually.
So yeah, here we're getting to this section over here, and unfortunately, to grab the green star, we can't really avoid the ski, so we gotta watch this animation over here. But right as we save the Luma, I guess the Luma can go live a happy life now. We get the green star, and we don't actually get to go back to talk to him.
I gotta admit, Kiara has a good one. World record hasn't been broken yet. Maybe we should break that one, though.
Ooh. That's a pretty tough one, though. World record for this game is pretty optimized, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. We can always try. We've got more games coming, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. I probably won't break any world records, but I'm sure there are a lot of capable runners here who actually can. We got one more green star to go, and it's more underwater sections. Like, I definitely don't lie talking that this is a really long level, because... Oh, the Luma has trapped again. Aww. Apparently, he somehow got himself stuck again. Even after all that effort of freeing him. So yeah, going down here again. And, you know, I like collecting the star bits and then just shooting them away again. Sorry, Penguin. Didn't mean to aim at you. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the star bits just so we don't have to get an animation later of, or a text box appearing of us collecting star bits. Actually, I do need a few star bits for this next session over here to go a little bit faster, so should probably grab a few in this next part over here. Like, it's really difficult to avoid them though, because if you do a spin, actually the nearby star bits do get attracted to you, so if I just keep on spinning, I'm sure I'll be able to grab all these star bits down here. And it's not like I just swam through them anyway. So here we're gonna swim up here. Like, I did this earlier as well, but I didn't mention it. I tried shooting at this bomb over here, because if you actually hit it earlier, it stops moving. That way we can actually more easily go to that section up there. Here we're gonna fall down, and there's the green star. Like, one extra thing you could use to actually locate the green star that I didn't really talk about, like, we've already talked about one way to find them, it's like the shadow on the ground, but they also make a very unique sound of just some kind of sparkling noise, and that also always indicates that there's a green star nearby, so definitely helps for finding a lot of green stars. Sure, not for all of them, just because they are so far out of reach that you can't actually hear them. But I know for certain in my casual playthrough that, like, for a quarter of the stars I use the sound to actually find them. So that's usually a pretty good way to find them as well. But hey, after seeing this run, you know where they all are, so it doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, here we're gonna go to the Honeybloom Galaxy, and in the Honeybloom Galaxy, we get to see a power-up from Galaxy 1 again, which is the B power-up. B power-up isn't the greatest power-up, but it's not really fast, I would say, so at the sections where we can avoid it, we're gonna avoid it. Kuma, go away. Don't block my pad over here. So we're actually gonna skip it for a little bit over here, because with the B power-up, we just can't do long jumps and things like that. Here we're jumping over as well. Going underneath here, and then now we have to grab the B power-up though, because one thing about clouds and flowers, you can't land on them unless you're B Luigi, so it would be impossible for us to get up here. Shooting some starbits against that enemy there, just so he stops moving, so we can more easily fly over him. And then you can actually see one of the stars back there. It's actually one of the secret stars in this level. And at this point, it would already be too late, because it's like right at the start to get to that green star. Oh, I didn't want to hit that coin. Here, hopefully can do this section without landing. Kind of difficult. Oh, that works, I guess. Here it actually saves a little bit of effort now that I think about it too. Oh, not if that thing is over there. Oh, hang on. Oh, not gonna risk that. I should have just grabbed the B power-up. I normally don't do this without B power-up. Oh well.
You did it though. I mean, it took some effort, but just showing off cool and fast strats here.
Yeah, true that. Alright, for this one, you actually have to get on top of that log over there to actually be able to fly high enough there. Can be kind of annoying to get on there because you barely have enough flight power to get up there, so sometimes it gets a little bit annoying. Technically, there is a more casual strat for that. There's actually a platform up higher, which you're more easily able to reach, and then there's like a bunch of starbits up there as well, but you know, this is faster, and we like going fast. So, Cruel, did you notice where the first green star was?
I did not.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, because this one is probably one of the green stars that took me the longest to find when I originally played this game, because it's just, you barely hear it when you fly past, but it's just...
Now I should really start sitting tight for if or when I ever start playing SMG2, so that I know where it is.
Well, it's a really fun game. You should definitely give it a go.
Yeah, I know. I just need to get my Wii working again. I also need the game, which I don't actually have, but that's a minor detail, right?
Only a minor. Yeah, this first section is going to be mostly the same. Well, mostly it's exactly the same. Only the cycles are going to be slightly different because we didn't go through the animation yet, and I was... Actually makes it a little bit easier to get past that enemy because it's usually moving down at that moment. Jumping down here again, and actually gonna go to this berry part again. Like, I think they're berries. Oh, actually go up here. And once we bounce a little bit on this one, it's all the way up here.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I see.
It's can be kind of annoying because those berries aren't like the most easy thing to bounce on either. So if you're not on center, they just bounce you away, and then you lose more flight power than you actually gain from it. Like, that's why I keep bouncing on some of the berries, because it does regain a little bit of your flight power, but definitely not a lot. So sometimes if you miss it, you just have to keep on bouncing on the berry and hope you don't fly off to the side. Off to the first Bowser level, technically. Like earlier, it was a Bowser Jr. level, and this Bowser level, as you can usually expect with Bowser levels, there's a lot of lava around. And I kind of forgot, what did we do again with lava at BSG? I don't know.
That is a good question. I do know BSG has this emote. It's a fantastic emote of a turtle. He's doing something with the lava, like jumping off of it or something. I don't really know what it is.
Well, I guess the turtle maybe gives a good example. Let's try it in a moment.
Yeah, let's see if we can replicate something along those lines.
I mean, Luigi just really wants to be a turtle, I guess, because he's wearing green.
Also, this is a fantastic moment, fantastic opportunity, I guess, for everybody subbed to BSG to use this fantastic emote. There it is. No, yeah,
there we
yeah,
go.
yeah. Woo! Okay, I'm not everybody sharing my enthusiasm here, but that's okay.
I would have clapped as well, but I'm holding a controller. That makes it a bit more difficult.
That's understandable.
I could do this.
That works. That works.
I don't think that's the best thing to do for my controller, though.
You might be right.
They endured a lot in all the years that I used them, and I'm sure that they'll be fine.
We had a question from chat earlier, by the way. What's your favorite galaxy?
Ooh, that's a really tough one. There's some really good galaxies in here. I really like Puzzle Plank, the one we saw at the start of World 2 over here. Just because the music is really upbeat and puzzles are always fun. But probably my favorite one is gonna be Starshine Beach, just because it has so many references to Super Mario Sunshine, and I really like Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, and I accidentally grabbed Green Star 1 first. Oops, my bad.
Well, hey, does it mean we get to see more of that fantastic emote that I mentioned?
Definitely.
Perfect. So yeah, everybody in chat that isn't subbed yet, that's how you can get it. It's fantastic. Definitely worth the money.
So yeah.
All going to supporting BSG and keeping alive what we do here as well. So that's worth something, right?
Definitely. Don't you want to see all these cool speedruns over and over again? And raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society.
Also that, yeah, so much good stuff here.
Oh, oops. I wasn't supposed to do a ground pound there. Okay, no, not gonna. That just means more lava boosts.
That's true. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine, actually. That's fine.
Luckily, there's a checkpoint right before that skip, so it doesn't lose that much time.
And there is a 1-up too, so, no worries about lives or anything, right?
Mm-hmm. The lava boost! There we go. Fortunately, in this game, you only have 3 health, so you can't do many lava boosts in a row, though.
At least a coin revives your health.
Yeah.
There's still that.
Kind of weird, though. Mario and Luigi recover by collecting money?
Yeah, now that you mention it, that is kind of strange. Oh, I saw it there.
Yeah, there it is. We just have to wait for one of the enemies to chip away the ground there, and then we can just fall through there. Actually, it's on a better cycle than when I do that level the other way around. Maybe I should normally do this. I don't know.
Could it have been faster?
Probably by half a second or something. It's definitely faster.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. It might have just also been just because I died. That's probably the reason why this cycle was really weird.
Probably.
Yeah, that was the end of World 2 already. We're going to World 3, and World 3 is definitely where the game steps up a little bit. Starting off here in Taltron Galaxy, where luckily we don't have to do the entire level over here. But yeah, this level definitely has some cool skips, because you can already see Yoshi over here, and for once we're actually gonna skip Yoshi on this first segment over here, because even though Yoshi is normally really fast, for this section, it's actually faster to not grab him. So we're just gonna, jump up this tree here, and jump to this part of the tree. And this blimp fruit actually lets you just float really high, making you able to go on all these platforms over here. But Luigi jumps high enough to just easily get on the tree like that. That way we don't need to get Yoshi. However, for this next session, we're gonna grab Yoshi though, because, I told you guys, we're gonna be nicer to Yoshi, so I guess he can help with getting the Green Star over here.
Look at that happy Yoshi face right there.
Yeah, I guess that's worth it. I mean, I can drop Yoshi now every time. Now that we've seen that.
I don't know. I don't know if you can.
Well, for the next green star, the game intends you to use Yoshi, but as I just showed, it's not worth it to get Yoshi. It's so much faster by not grabbing Yoshi. Oh yeah, sorry Yoshi.
But, I mean, if you don't grab him, he doesn't die either. So that's not necessarily bad, is it?
Yeah, definitely. I guess it's not worse, because Yoshi's just gonna relax on this island over here in his egg and have amazing egg adventures. I don't know how much.
He's gonna have an excellent time. That was the only egg pun I could think of, honestly.
So yeah, for this next green star, we actually have to go a little bit higher. This platform over here. Grab the live stream. That gives you an animation. Yeah, it's up there. Normally you just, well, I said earlier, you grab Yoshi, get the blimp fruit, and then you can just float all the way up there. But the blimp is actually really slow, so you usually try to avoid it as much as possible. Like, infinite fluttering is almost faster than grabbing the blimp fruit. Like, almost. So, and as you noticed during one of the earlier levels, it's, oh, I need to grab one more green star in here. I almost thought I was done here already. But yeah, the blimp fruit isn't that fast, so usually you try to avoid it as much as you can. So yeah, one more green star over here, and this is basically gonna be an auto-scroller, because this level is gonna be a huge slide, where we slide all the way down, and of course, Nintendo wants you to enjoy this level as much as possible, so they put a green star right at the end. So we're gonna see the entire slide.
Can I do a quick shout out to my boy Rashla for this?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Rashla, but I had to say it. I know he's sitting behind Frosty. Observe here. This is how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, Rashla recently started playing this game casually, and he was stuck on this level for a little bit.
This took him a while, this slide. I think he eventually beat it, but
yeah, he did.
Yeah. I think I saw that even, but
so yeah, the one thing I have to mention though, the music is really great at this part.
Isn't this like the same as the SM64 music, but then just redone?
Yeah, it is actually. So just has a lot of nostalgic feeling to it. That's probably why I think it's so good. Like Mario 64 was like my first video game, so always any reference to Mario 64 is usually a pretty good one in my book. Here, there is a slightly faster thread for this part, where, as you can see, when I do a jump, it slows Luigi down slightly. Oh, you can also do a spin to do a jump, and which is fast. Oh, I missed it. Oops.
Ah, right. Well, we just get to see it again.
Yay.
Actually, you're just going to get a second showcase of how it's done, because there you saw the star, right?
Yeah, exactly. So now I hope Rashla is taking a lot of notes behind me on how to do this.
I mean, I'm seeing him actively typing on his phone, so I imagine he's taking notes here.
Sorry, I don't know what else to do during this level.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of stuck on this as well. I think that's about as far as I could keep it. Note 1, help. That's I think that's an excellent way to mark down your notes, Rashla. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm sure the second star is going to go fantastic now. Because he did promise to do 242, right?
Yeah, that means you gotta do this slide 3 more times.
Nice.
Oh no, only 2 more times actually.
Either way, that's bound to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait for it either. So alright, let's not forget that there's a green star over here. There we go.
First try.
First try! Yeah, for some reason, the first time I just completely forgot that we were gonna collect the green star. So right at the end I realized too late that...
Hey, I mean, it's getting late. This is fine. This is bound to happen more as the night gets longer, you know.
Oh, very true. not that late yet, though. It's not like I'm gonna be up for like, oh, I'm already done here. It's not like I'm gonna be up for another 8 hours after this run. It's
Longer even.
yeah.
I think we both almost have 12 hours left still, so...
I guess so. Oh well. Anyway, up next, Hunty Halls. Hunty Halls is a really fast level, I would say, in terms of green stars. Like, Cruel, did you see that green star?
I did. I did. I didn't miss it this time.
Just making sure. But yeah, that's the first green star we're going to be going for, because that's actually the second green star in this level. There's one green star slightly earlier, which...
It's a very obvious second green star. Oh, there's the first one, I imagine.
Yep, that's the first one.
Nice. I'm actually seeing green stars for once.
You're getting better at this.
And that in the ghost level of all levels.
Green star can be a little bit annoying because you have to deal with the cycle and having to time your triple jump correctly. However, normally if you just immediately get there on the planet, you usually get a pretty good cycle. Like sometimes you have to. I got hit by one of the ghost stars, so I had to wait a little bit. I didn't have to wait a little bit. Normally, if you don't get hit there, you have to wait anyway. So I guess it was, for getting hit, it was pretty good. So yeah, that was the second green star, and you know we've already seen the green star. Like the first green star. As you can see, this level is actually quite fast for green stars. Like those levels are usually my more favorite green stars because like after seeing a level for like 3 minutes, I'm already being like, okay, I've seen enough. Can we go to the next level again? So whenever we get to like a specific level in World 6, it's always like, it's the longest green star level and it takes like 7 minutes. It's really slow for 3 green stars. Anyway, there's green star number 1. Can be a little bit annoying there being right underneath the platform. It has happened often enough where I just spin against the platform and not get enough backwards distance to make it to the green star. However, doing that jump while you're facing with your back to the green star, which actually goes backwards slightly more easily than going forward. So for stars like that, you really want to try go backwards for them, just because you gain more distance like that. Anyway, going for green star number 3 now, which is in the second level of this galaxy, and this one is actually going to be really close to the end. You would say that that's going to be really far away, but level is actually really short. Like, you would imagine that they could have done so many things with the level, but this level is actually really straightforward. This is also the level where if you don't like the sound of when Luigi long jumps, you might want to like click away for a minute, because that's basically all we're doing in this level. So lots of yes. Yeah. 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 I know someone asked in my stream once, like, what, for how much money donated to BSG would you say yeah the entire run? Just whenever Luigi does a jump? I decided that I didn't want to do that, because with a level like this...
That'd be quite a grand amount of money, I imagine.
Yeah, to be fair, in Mario Odyssey, I've said like an entire run where I replaced the word moon for banana. That wasn't interesting. Oh, no, we're fine.
No, sure, that works.
The screens are also pretty obvious because it gets right into your camera. However, if you missed it, you really have to respond fast the first time you see that. Like, you have to do a triple jump to get on top of it and to get to that height. And if you don't do it, the boo hits you and you just fall off the platform. So it can actually be quite a tricky start to get now and then. But then it has the advantage of easily being visible. So I guess it evens out a little bit on how difficult that green star is in general.
So yeah, now that we're about a third through the run, I quickly want to mention we still do have that donation incentive going for the perfect run, which will be closing off in a little bit over 2 hours. We're still 31 euros away, so if you want to see that level as well, be sure to get that money in quick.
It's definitely a really good level you want to see. Let me quickly explain a little bit more about that level. Like, once you have collected all the 240 stars, so all the yellow stars and the green stars, you actually unlock the final galaxy, which is the Grandmaster Galaxy, which has all kinds of different mechanics throughout the game, and you have to beat that level. However, once you've done that once, they ask you to do it again, but then with only having 1 health. And that gets pretty difficult because there's lots of enemies, lots of obstacles that damage you, and it gets pretty intense, I would say. So if you want to see me suffer for quite a bit, I would definitely recommend putting money towards that.
It's a little bit like seeing RDV run Darker Side, but then without that constant life up that he ended up getting. It's just hard, and that's what makes it cool.
So yeah, that green star being almost all the way at the end of the level. It's to be fair, I can't really hear my game audio that well at the moment, so that level is all about hearing a little bit of the audio cues. But luckily I've played this level so often that I kind of can play it without sound now. But normally when you do play this, you really want to focus on the sound here because it tells you when it's gonna switch. But you know, it's after playing this game so long, it's almost becomes an automatic win. This one is going to be a little bit interesting though. I'm usually not that used to this cycle just because you skip this animation at front, so the cycles are all different. Shouldn't give that much trouble since the green star isn't that far anyway. And luckily you can skip quite a few of these segments, like doing that. They're lining up, doing a backflip, and there we go. That one green star can be quite tricky. I used to do it like with a very difficult strat, but then someone just, I can't remember who, but someone came into my stream and said like, why do you do it like that? If you just do a backflip from that thing, you just perfectly make it. And I was like, you can? And then it was just easy again. So yeah, that was beat block. Now we're gonna go to Rolling Masterpiece Galaxy. And we're gonna see more motion control mechanics. Like, why wouldn't we? It's Nintendo after all. This mechanic is actually returning from Galaxy 1. And it's the I don't know even how they call it, the rolling ball mechanic. Well, I don't know. The basic idea behind it is you go stand on this enormous, on this ball with a star in it, and basically your controls turn into basically a sort of joystick where you actually have to hold your remote upright, like I can show it down right away. And if you hold forward, you actually move forward, and going backwards like this let you go backwards, sideways, sideways, and with A you can jump. So here we quickly have to find the key somewhere on this planet, and I went the wrong way. It's actually really annoying because I always forget where this key is, because if you do this level twice in a 120 run, and the second time you do this, there's actually a comment here, and the key changes location, so sometimes most of the time I'm usually confused on where that key is. Like, always when I go for the one location, it's like, nope, it's in the other location. It's not random, before you say that, but it's just me having bad memory on where it is.
To be fair, remembering all these stars in a 3.5-hour run, that's not that easy. So I think we can forgive you for forgetting where a specific key is, right?
Fair enough.
At least I'd hope so.
Wow.
Tech is just shouting, get good.
I wouldn't expect any less from Wu. We're sitting at tech right now.
True, true.
Hey, I run Sunshine as well. No.
You can't remember a key. It's hard, okay?
Alright, this green star can be a little bit tricky. It's right on the corner there, and if you just either go really slow, the chain jump is gonna hit you off, or if you go a little bit too fast, you actually just fall off the platform. So it can be really annoying to get that green star, but luckily we didn't fall off. So I guess I followed the advice Tech gave me, and I got good, I guess.
Good enough. Yeah, that works. You got it.
So yeah, this level, it's like the only mechanic, the only time we see this mechanic is in this level. There's technically another level where this mechanic comes into play, but there aren't any green stars around. Luckily, because I really don't like this mechanic. It's so annoying, just... I guess I got used to it, but it's still not the most... These motion controls are usually not that good. No. Let's actually go the correct way this time. And let's get the key. Now I remembered. Service again. Not sure if I can shoot away all my service before the end of the level, just because I want to be... This next green star is, again, a little bit tricky. They just put them in locations very closely to the edge. But luckily, the Goombas don't mess you over. Sometimes the Goombas just run into you, and as you saw it, Luigi does a little bounce when it hits an enemy. And sometimes that bounce can just barely knock you off, and then you have to do that entire section again.
I love, by the way, how that elevator just kept moving up as you kept doing that. Also, did I just notice correctly that your time of each level shows as the level thingy appears?
Yeah, it does actually. This game...
I don't know how it took me over an hour to notice that, but...
It's a pretty small box, I would say. But yeah, this game is really great for, like, racing with your friends, for example, because at the end of each level, it actually tells you how long it took you to beat this level. So if you ever want... If you don't trust yourself, grabbing a stopwatch and actually timing it on the frame, luckily the game does it for you. So in that sense, it's also really good for ILs in this game. There's actually a separate IL leaderboard for this game as well. People don't go for those that often, but still, since there's an in-game timer anyway, it makes going for ILs pretty doable.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask if that's what the IL timing was by, but I guess that answers it.
Well, there you go. Alright, for this section, I'm gonna go for the second green star again first, and then that's actually probably the first one you would grab in a casual playthrough as well, because right when you see that first green star, you're like, I should have been on the other side. Oh well. So yeah, we'll be grabbing it in a moment. Acting a little bit weird again, oh well. You're quickly throwing a fireball up there just so we can quickly open this pipe. And here, since it's a marathon, I'm gonna grab the checkpoint because to be honest, I also love a boost. I sometimes miss this green star because the camera is a little bit annoying over here. Because, it's back. Oh, see that? I long jumped slightly too late, so whoops. So yeah, that's why we grab a checkpoint. Sometimes the level can be a little bit annoying and or the game can be a bit annoying and you...
Lava boost! Sorry, I gotta get hyped about those lava boosts, right?
Oh, fair enough. Here, hopefully, there we go. Basically, if you miss that green star by just a little bit, you start lava boosting, which... Of course, my host is gonna be like very happy about that, but most of the time it means that you don't grab the green star and you die again.
Well, so. I mean, dying doesn't really support the idea of a lava boost. Like, if you get a lava boost and then get the star, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be hyped about that.
I think I've done that like once or twice. I think it's doable, but it's definitely not preferable. Ooh, that's true. Dying means more lava boosts.
Also true. But it also means time loss, and I'm still a speedrunner at the end of the day.
Unfortunately, we don't get to see any more lava boosts in this level anymore, because the other green star, we already know where it is. And this time, since we've already seen it, we as a casual player know, like, okay, that means we gotta stay on the top side to get this green star. Also, wasn't very good one more time. You can actually time those a little bit better just so you can go to this section a little bit faster, but if I wouldn't have mentioned anything, I doubt anyone would have noticed. But yeah, now we got that green star, and this final green star, it's gonna be in a different level, and we got to see one of the new power-ups again, which we've seen a little bit earlier before, the boulder power-up. And I really like one thing a lot about this boulder up in this level specifically. You'll see in a moment, because what would normally happen if you roll something around in the snow? Like, it would get snow on it, right? Well, they actually implemented that in this game as well. The rock actually gets white when you roll through the snow, which just a little visual thing. It doesn't change anything, but I just think it's really cool to see. Yeah. Oh no, my host is running out. What do I do now? Should I pass for him? Like, so he doesn't miss any part of the run? That's not. Yeah, he can check on his mobile how it's going. So for this section, before we can move on, we gotta find all the star chips, and it's gonna be hidden in all these different snow structures. Like, none of these trees are actually trees; they're just all made out of snow. So luckily, I know exactly what things to check. Final one is all the way up here, and then I'm probably gonna play it safe for this one. What? Oh, never mind. You can technically, with a roll, immediately land in the launch star there, but it didn't work. You're playing it a little bit safe there, grabbing the checkpoint. And then we just long jump off, and the green star is right over here. There's actually a separate path you have to take to get to this platform over here, but you could already see the green sparkles when you arrive at this planet, and, you know, I can't even remember exactly where it is. It's a big maze in there with the fog not really helping you to figuring out where to go, so I just always long jump there. But to be fair, I sometimes miss the platform just barely, so that's why I grabbed the checkpoint. Anyway, that definitely never happens during runs. Anyway, we're almost done with World 3 over here. We're gonna go to Cloudy Court, I think. I always confuse my cloud levels. I think this is Cloudy Court. Anyway, Cloudy Court means more cloud power up, and you know, there's gonna be one green star in here, which is pretty far out of the way, I guess. Luckily, the clouds really help with getting that green star. However, it's not the one you can spot that easily. Here, I'm actually going to show off a really cool mechanic, which I haven't shown with the cloud mechanic yet. If you do a spin and then immediately do a long jump afterwards, you actually gain way more height with your long jump than you normally do, just because the cloud kind of pushes you up. So you're actually... Oh, extra cloud over here. Oh, oops. Yeah, the cloud actually pushes you up a little bit extra. That way you can actually get to places where you normally not need some extra clouds to get to. Also, that guy, the Octaguma, it has hit me so often with that rock. Like, usually when you go for that extra cloud power up, magically always knows exactly when to time it, and it always hits you. I don't know how it always knows exactly when to hit me with that. Anyway, this green star is like almost all the way at the end, so we get to see most of the shreds of this level anyway. Here, quickly going on here. Hopefully I can skip a cycle over here. Yeah, I should be fine. There we go. This is a little bit easier than in any percent, or 120 stars in that case, because normally you have to wait for that comet. You have to grab that comet medal over there, and just that extra little bit of time grabbing that comet medal, it makes it really risky to go for a faster cycle there. But I almost kind of forgot that we don't have to grab the comet medal, so it actually makes getting that cycle a little bit way easier than when you have to grab that comet medal. So yeah, this next green star is the green star that's going to be really out of your way, because I guess it's sort of noticeable, but it's not if you're not expecting it. It's really difficult to explain, and you'll see it in a moment. I'm just all over the place with this green star. This commentary about green stars. Green stars are just... I just really like green stars.
There's just so many, and there's so much to talk about, and it's exciting and fun. And, you know, we need to be exciting throughout that, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
so, you know, just keep up the good work.
I'll try. Like, we definitely still got quite a few difficult levels. Oh, or just ground pound in midair.
We just wanted to show off that first part again, you know?
Yeah, I just saw, I think, Sid walking back in, and he missed a start, actually.
Yeah, he missed that first part. We're just doing that for him, you know?
Yeah.
It's all good.
Also actually doing a little thing over here that I really haven't talked about yet. Right after I make a cloud, I quickly do a crouch. That's why I accidentally did a ground pound in mid-air earlier. But with that crouch, you actually do a cloud cancel, which kind of skips the animation of making the cloud. And as I mentioned, the green stars, if you're on that platform and are there for like a few seconds, you notice that green star's there, but once you get to that platform, you almost immediately go into the launch star. So if you're just being happy, like, yes, made it past that section, then you usually miss that green star. So, and then also you need to have at least one backup cloud to make it to that green star. So sometimes even you finally see it and then you realize, oh, I needed the cloud there. All right, one more green star to go in this one. And this one, it's actually closer to the start than you might think. Like, you don't actually get to see it. So you basically have to rely on it by sound. Like, I think you can hear it when you're going through this very first section, but it's, for the most part, it's actually not visible. The shadow is not visible either because it's actually on top of the giraffe. Oh, I just really love giraffes.
It's kind of cute. I gotta give it that. It's actually really cute.
Yeah. But yeah, that one green star is really easy to miss if you're... That's one of the green stars you definitely have to... If you want to find it normally, you basically have to rely on sounds to figure out where that one is. Also, these in-game timers are just so fast for certain stars. Like, take about a minute to get a star in total, but then the in-game time is just 9 seconds. It's...
The rest is just cutscenes and animations and whatnot.
Yeah, this game definitely has quite a bit of animations and cutscenes, and you know, I don't really mind that much. It makes the both Galaxy games actually, it makes them really laid back to run. So during these games, it's sure there are a bit longer ones, but it's usually for me the hours just fly by, just because, and I enjoy the game, and it's just so laid back. I enjoy it every time I play it. Besides for when we get to one specific green star, then I always think to myself, why am I running this game? But we'll get to that later. So yeah, this level, the Bowser Jr. level, and there's gonna be all these moving platforms around, but I don't really want to deal with them. They're slow, we have to hit switches for them. I guess we accidentally hit that switch there. But, you know, I don't want to deal with that moving platform, so I'm just gonna infinitely flutter over to this section over here. Oh, almost missed an infinite flutter there. Here, gotta wait for a small moment for a hammer, and we'll break this open. I just do this for safety. Technically, it is possible to do without spawning these ships, but it makes it at least for some backup. But I think my angle is actually really good. Oh, I could have done it without the switch. If we can just get that final... Okay, maybe not.
So close, so close.
Yeah, so that's fine. Oh, sorry, Yoshi. Otherwise, I would have gotten hit by the bullet bill, and we would have both died.
Yeah, this works. This works.
He landed on the ship, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, you were above the ship pretty much.
Yeah.
So he didn't fall to his death or anything.
No, it's just gonna become a pirate and sail the 7.
Yeah, I mean,
galaxies.
Pirate Yoshi, that sounds really cool. Let's be very fair here.
Definitely. Well, Yoshi has dressed up as a pirate before. I think he does in Mario Party 2 when you go to, like, Pirate Land.
God, I need to play that game now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many cool outfits in Galaxy 2. Mario Party 2. Anyway, this next star is gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna grab this bullet bill here a little bit early, and then we're gonna infinite flutter to this next section, because the next green star is actually hidden inside an enemy. Actually, in that guy, I don't think I hit it. Oh, well, now I have to use the moving platform. Unfortunately, they don't start shooting unless you get really close, but you can already see the sparkles a little bit of where it's gonna be. You just need a bullet bill, and there it is, the green star. Ideally, you shoot them from a distance, and then you can just infinitely flutter to it, but it isn't that much slower to actually go for the platform there. And I guess it's safer, because you don't have to do infinite flutters. Like, infinite flutters are definitely an interesting tech. It's really takes a while to get into. Took me many hours of practice of it, but eventually it was doable. Also, I did a slight route mistake here now. Now we gotta move like around the world map for a second longer. Well. Guess we're gonna go to Supermassive Galaxy first, because that one is way more fun, right? Because in this galaxy, basically everything is supermassive, like the name implies. And one thing I really like about the green stars in this level, in comparison to like doing this level regularly, we don't get to kill any turtles. We're just gonna avoid killing all the turtles this time. Because all of the green stars are actually relatively close to the start. Like, we can already see one in the back there. Oh. Whoops.
That was close.
I spun a little bit too late, and then I bugged. Oops. Oh, well, it means we gotta do this part again.
What's that Luigi ghost doing at the start, by the way?
Oh, yeah, good question. The Luigi, once you beat in a level with Luigi, in comparison to Mario, it actually creates a ghost of your exact movement you did the first time you did this. So if you actually touch it, you'll copy the exact movement you did the first time you did this level, or the best time you've gotten in this level. That way you got another indication to raise your previous completions of this level. Besides the in-game timer, you can also basically see the exact movement you did the last time as well.
Yeah, it's kind of cool the game creates a ghost like that.
Yeah, it's basically like the ghost in Mario Kart as well, where you can race against it. Although you first have to touch it, so the timing on it is slightly off. But yeah, for most of the part, it's really nice. All right, this next green star, I'm gonna go try risky on it once. It's kind of can do a cool strat to get this green star a little bit earlier, but it's again, we have to rely on depth perception, and we all know how great that is. I'll give it one go, otherwise I'll play it safe. So we're gonna go over here again. Not gonna use the coin because that's slow. It's back there, and technically, actually, on this one. Okay, I spent just in time. If you just spin a little bit later, you just don't get enough height anymore. And if you spin too early, you don't make enough distance. And it's really difficult to see exactly how far you are and when you have to spin. So it's basically muscle memory for most part on knowing when I have to spin. And hey, it worked out! So we got one more green star to go, and this one probably a pretty difficult one in general, I would say. You need to do a pretty precise triple jump onto a moving platform, or, well, sort of moving it, spinning. But yeah, it's still kind of annoying, especially since you need all the distance you can get. So we're quickly gonna go over here again. We're actually gonna go move a little bit back here, prepare a triple jump onto this coin, and then you barely make it. That triple jump can sometimes be quite tricky, just because the platform isn't that big. You have to do your triple jump on. That's like the only way to get to that green star with the triple jump. I've definitely tried it before with backflips, and I don't think it worked. Now I'm not sure anymore. Might barely work if you spin just right, but then I have to deal with perfect spin timing. I don't want to do that. Oh, I should. My leg was actually in front of the sensor bar. I couldn't click on go to this galaxy. Oops. Anyway, Flipsville. Flipsville is a really cool level, and this is one of those levels which is why I really like green stars, because we get to see some strats we normally don't see in any percent or 120 stars. So we're immediately gonna go for that green star. This green star is gonna be on this platform in the back here, and normally we have to traverse like 2 planets or something to actually get to it. But we can use our good friend Toad over here, do a homing spin attack, and we just missed the platform.
Aww.
Let's try that again. Was a little bit late on my... There we go. There we go, now we landed on it. So yeah, that skip you normally don't get to see in this level because there's actually a lot of skips possible in this level. And yeah, that unfortunately isn't one of them because it's like probably one of my favorite skips in this level. And this level has really good skips in general. I even forgot about one. This level is just... Nintendo really didn't put that many invisible walls around, so it's... I actually forgot to do one of the skips there, like... And there's like even 3 more skips in this level that you could do as well. Here, also... So many things going on. Here I do a homing spin attack instead of just falling down, because with a homing spin attack you actually start aiming at the green star. And since you're actually falling down there with, not, again, depth perception, with not the greatest depth perception, it's not really reliable to just fall down. It is doable, but with a homing spin attack you usually, like 99% of the time you actually get it. I think I've had like once where I accidentally missed it as well because I was just too far off. Anyway, now we get to see one of the skips we actually do in the any percent run, where we're gonna skip a different part of the level. Like instead of going to the 3rd planet of this galaxy, we're gonna go to the 2nd one. And normally in the any percent run, you can get from the 2nd one you can go to the final planet, which is why we normally go for this skip in runs. But you know, it skips the 3rd planet if we do the skip on this planet, so we don't want to do that. Already saw the green star in the corner there for a bit. And there we go. Yeah, we just basically skipped the entire solving that 1st planet over there. It's just went by so fast. It almost feels standard, that trick to me. Like that's almost the intentional way, because I can't really exactly remember how. Well, I do know how to solve that planet normally, but it's just been so long since I solved it that it's more difficult to actually solve it normally than do that skip, because it's not the most difficult skip, even though it looks really difficult. It's actually one of the easier skips in this game. Anyway, one more green star to go, and for this one, I'm gonna go down here. And I should be able, if I align this properly, get on top of here. And if we fall down, I believe it's on this side. Nope, I went to the wrong side. Oops!
Oh, so
well.
close.
I need to pay attention to my lives. It's not the worst thing if I game over, though. Alright, try it again.
I mean, it'd be a little bit of a shame if you game over halfway through the run.
It happens, I guess. Should be this one then. There we go. Like, with really precise triple jumps and two different walkies, you can already go to the top on the top side of the planet. But you need to get a wall jump on both of the walls. You need to have like an almost perfect angle to do that. So normally I just go to the bottom side and just fall into it. But then you have the risk of sometimes jumping off the wrong side of the platform.
Wait, did I just notice correctly that we're exactly halfway through the green stars already?
It might actually be. Yeah, I think this is around the 60 green star mark.
I mean, if I did the math correctly, granted I might have been very, very wrong in that. Don't blame me if I am, but
all I know is that it's somewhere in World 4. I don't even know exactly where the halfway point is. Especially with my routing mistake here. Like, it should be somewhere around this level, but I'm not entirely sure. This level has Yoshi again, and it makes this level really short. It's probably like the shortest star for the shortest level for green stars, because you can already see the first one over there. And, you know, the second one isn't that much further either, especially if we just infinitely flutter.
This level is making me hungry.
Yeah, there's so much delicious things in the background. So I'll try to go through this level as fast as possible so you don't feel that way anymore. I mean, that one was pretty fast, and hopefully the other one is gonna be faster. Yeah, we were past the halfway mark. Green stars, always so much fun. It just flies by. To be fair, there is still quite a few slow levels near the end. So I'm not entirely sure if this is actually halfway mark in time as well. So, but yeah, approximately we should be around the halfway mark. And with the time I see, it's a pretty good pace, I think. Not sure though.
And I just happened to notice the star count is all.
Of attention, there we go. There's infinite flutter to the green stars. Like, you can grab the bulb fruit like I did earlier, and it creates some platforms you can walk on. But it's annoying though because the platforms aren't actually there if you don't have the power up going. So it's not like you can just walk on invisible floors there. You actually need to grab the fruit. Anyway, that was Sweet Mystery, I think. No, just over here. Just slight routing mistakes on the world map. It would be ideal to go down, then through the middle, then this up level again, but that's just me worrying about the small things. Anyway, we're gonna go to Honey Hop Galaxy, and Honey Hop, well, one green star is pretty obvious over here. It's all the way at the end of the level though, so that makes it kind of annoying, but luckily there are some cool small skips we can do over here. First things first, the B power up is back, and we actually need it for this next session up here. You can get up these walls without the B power up, but then you would be stuck over here again. Here, I'm gonna try to stick really close to the wall. If I time this correctly, I can keep hovering with quite a bit of speed upwards, like basically on the speed that Luigi is flying forward like this. But if you just stay really close to the wall, Luigi still thinks he's flying forward, and it's way faster than flying up like this. I know I explained it really badly, but it's difficult to explain. Also, here you gotta avoid all the bubbles because the bubbles make you lose your power up. I think, yep, I accidentally got hit there. Let's play it a bit more safe and actually fly over it. Here. Really? Alright. Third time's the charm. Actually fly over it. There we go. Here on this next planet, the normal idea of this is to find all the silver stars, which are spread all around the level. You can see them in the bubbles around here. But we're just gonna use this flower a little bit longer, and then if we time this correctly, we can skip most of this final planet over here by just landing over here. Once we get up here, the Queen Bee makes a return from Galaxy 1, and she actually tells you that there is some sort of itch on her back, and she asks if we want to look, but, you know, she already shows the green star is right in front of her, so I'm sure she can itch it herself. I just love how Queen Bee is just prominently there in the back, still having the itch on her back. Right, one more green star to go here in Honey Hop Galaxy. This one can be a little bit annoying because it's kind of hidden until the last moment. So I think I'm gonna do a slightly not intended threat near the end. It's just better to show than just try to explain it now. It makes it so much easier. I don't know what it is with this level, but it's just difficult to explain in words. Maybe the next level will be better again. Oh, try this again. Stay close to the walls, and there we go. There we got the more forwards momentum than the upwards momentum. All right, flying up here. Fly over this bubble. Going around. this. Okay, the intention of the game is to use this flower to actually get to this next green star. However, it's slightly easier to aim with just a B power-up, so it's hidden right there behind the balloon. And normally if you use the flower, it's like kind of too late once you pop that balloon to really still change your movement to actually find it. So with the B power-up, you have a little bit more leeway of aiming on where it is. Anyway, got two choices up next. Let's just go to my favorite level first, I guess. It's the more interesting one, and it has an annoying skip near the end, but we'll worry about that a little bit later. So yeah, this is Starshine Beach, and the entire level is a big planet just filled with sand and water and Yoshi. It's like already feels so much like Sunshine, and that's definitely really fun because. And there's even more references to Sunshine, like you see a big Delph Pianta statue in the middle, which we'll walk by, I think, for the first green star. For both of them, actually.
So this is your favorite galaxy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Level is just so calming, and even though...
See, I remembered you saying that. Not that that was hard, but hey.
Anyway, for this level, we're gonna grab Yoshi, and we're gonna just Infinite Flutter over here, because Infinite Flutter is definitely fastest form of transportation. Or, well, I think the Dash Pepper at the start is faster, but... Oh, oops, I got hit there. Oh well. Yoshi, get back! Okay. Come on, just flutter. Do the Dash Room. Or the Dash Room, the Dash Pepper. So yeah, the first green star is up there, so once we get close, doing a side flip and jumping off Yoshi, we barely get... Well, barely. We get high enough to actually grab the green star. You can also Infinite Flutter up there, but it's slightly easier to just, once you get close, to just jump off Yoshi. Yeah, that's actually green star number 2, but I feel like in this level, since it's kind of an open level, which I really kind of like about this galaxy, that I would say like the other green star is about as far away, just because it's just... Yeah, it's just... Distance-wise, it's probably slightly closer, but... I don't know what it is with my commentary these last few minutes. Probably gotta focus. That probably. Need to take my breather for a bit. Am I talking that much? Yeah, let's just appreciate the level for a little bit. Yeah, the green star is all the way in the back there. I guess it's slightly closer, but it doesn't change that much. Camera can get a little bit weird there around the statue because they want you to get on top of the statue there. Oh. Oops. Oh well. I thought that green star was a little bit lower, so I could just jump off Yoshi there and shoot my star bit, because that saves a second with the text box appearing. Text box not appearing in a moment. Alright, this next level, it's probably one of the most difficult green stars in the speedrun, because there is a skip for this one, which is really annoying and kind of risky to go for it. So should I go for the risky strat or just play it a little bit safe and waste like 20 seconds? I guess I'll go risk it. It's way more interesting to see anyway. Risking it for the biscuit, definitely. So yeah, as you can see, the regular star is on top of this pillar here, and the idea behind this level is that you first grab one of the lily pads, make it all the way to a certain section of the level where you activate the bubble cannons. With the bubble cannons, you can get to the cloud power-up, and with the cloud power-up, you can get on top of the tower. But you know, that seems like a lot of effort. Also, I don't completely remember what the strat is, or in what order I have to do so. So we're just gonna go to this Juxter over here. And I'm gonna look up here to see approximately when I should do this. And with that Juxter, we can quickly land on the cloud for just a second, and we're gonna grab this cloud power-up. Because even though we're right next to where the regular star is, so we have to go somewhere else. Alright, I'll go risky. So this next green star is really high up in the air, and the idea is that you grab one of the lily pads and actually go to that platform over there. However, if you go stand like around here, I would say. Oh, that was... Hope I can still make it. There we go. That's a pretty annoying threat. And also, if you miss it, you fall down in the water and you have to get on the tower again and get the cloud again. It's definitely wastes a lot of time. And those jumps are actually... You don't really get to see it if you don't really pay close attention to it. But I actually try to jump off the cloud platforms at a specific timing where the cloud actually gives you still a sliding animation of becoming a little bit bigger, giving you just that slight little bit of extra height from your backflip. And that you actually need that little bit of extra height to actually get to the green star over there. Otherwise, you just barely miss it. And yeah, I'm just happy I got it. Like, that doesn't happen often. So yeah, up next is Jumpworks, and Jumpworks is all based on mostly cycles where you have to wait for chain jumps reaching specific points in the level. So here we let the chain jump open the gate for the chain jump, and then we basically have to wait on the chain jump getting all the way to the end. So a lot of waiting around for cycles. We can skip some cycles here and there by some cool, interesting threads. I'll be going for that in... Wait, no, we're actually not doing one specific part. Never mind. It's green stars, and that means we don't get all the way to the end of the level. So yeah, once we get to this planet, we're just gonna do a triple jump over here. Oh, that's not a triple jump. That's a side flip. Oh, I need to have a little bit more distance. Triple jumps haven't been great today. So we go up here, barely making it high enough, and the green star is up here. It's I don't even know if that's the actual intended way to get to that green star. I think there's a slightly higher platform on the left, where you can then get on top of that building. I'm not even sure. Like, even though I play this game so much, I still don't know that many things about this game sometimes. I don't know the intended threats, so to say. Anyway, off to Green Star 1. It's actually on the first planet over here, and with this one we get to go to a section where it's we have to avoid a lot of the chain jumps. It can be a little bit annoying, but luckily there is we can do a quite consistent thread on avoiding them. Oh, I spun too early. See? Depth perception. This depth perception is everywhere in this run. Not the greatest thing, so to say. Okay, now we're high enough. So, best thing to get through it is just constantly doing backflips. And then you can just slowly get to the end here. Getting an extra one up because we were running kind of low there. It wasn't like I was going to avoid it though, even if I had like 10 lives. So yeah, with that green star, we're actually going to go to the next level, and every Galaxy speedrunner is going to hate this level because it involves the best power-up of the entire Galaxy series, and it's... I'll try to avoid it as much as possible, but unfortunately, in this level we can't. In Galaxy 1, you can avoid, like... I think they want you to use a spring in, like, 6 levels, and you still can avoid it in 4 of them. In this game, I don't think you can avoid in the power-up in any of the levels it's actually in. But yeah, it's the spring power-up. And the spring power-up is really interesting because it makes you able to jump really high. However, just moving around with the spring is just really slow. So for this next section, for this section over here, we're just gonna do the same skip as before. They want you to use a spring, and the spring doesn't slide off platforms that easily, so it makes it able to go up that section over there. But for this part, you know, we've already shown that we can avoid these chain jumps by just timing our jumps. Oh, lost a bit of my momentum there. So, and then for this next section, we can just triple jump up here. Yeah, unfortunately for this segment, we need the spring power up. So I'm actually gonna long jump into the spring so we at least get some force momentum. And then we're basically just gonna bounce up. And as you can see, the spring power up doesn't get a lot of momentum. It's really slow. So I'll try to go through this section as fast as possible. Quickly bouncing up here. Hopefully. It's also kind of difficult to control, so sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get the green star if you're not aligning on the proper part of that planet, but luckily it didn't give that much trouble this time around. So I think we're almost out of World 4, and you know, it's in the Galaxy 2 game, it's always, well, I guess it's in Galaxy 1 as well. In the first world you do a Bowser Jr. level, then you do a Bowser level, then a Bowser Jr. level again, then a Bowser level. So in this one we're gonna do a Bowser level again. And as I mentioned before, this is the Bowser level, so there's a lot of lava around. So maybe we get to see some cool strat again, which involves lava and boosting. We just gotta see if it actually works. It's actually kind of difficult strat coming up. It's not the most consistent at it, but who knows? So yeah, as you can see, lots and lots of lava around. And we're actually gonna grab the first live shroom of the run. A live shroom gives you extra health, increasing your health from 3 to 6. Normally you don't try to go for those because, you know, you get a little animation and you can't really do anything. But we need it for the... Oh, oops. Let's try it again. We need it for the lava boosts over here.
Lava boost! Extreme lava boost in that, even.
If I got it.
Ah.
Ah. That lava boost at the end there is really weird because if you land on specific parts of that platform, you have bounced through it, and since the dead plane is like right underneath that platform, you hit the dead plane there. It's really weird. You need to land on specific parts of the platform where the dead zone isn't as close, but hey, it means we can show more lava boost!
Lava boost!
Okay, that seems better. There we go. So yeah, now we're on like almost the end section of the planet, of the galaxy, but we're gonna go slightly back just because the green star is right over here. It's faster than going through the castle where you have to go through some water sections. Like, I've already complained about the water sections in this game. They're just slow, so with that lava boost you actually skip. Even though you go a little bit too far in the level, it's still faster to just walk back from there and get the star like that. And we're almost done with World 4, only one more green star to go, and this green star is really close to the start, so I gotta disappoint you, Cruel. No lava boost for this one.
Aww. I was looking forward to more lava boosting.
Well, it's not like the run is over yet.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, no, you've got me here.
Yeah, we definitely see some more lava boosts still on the run, so don't you worry. Oh. You're slightly messed up my movement there. I'm so used to going on that left side platform just because you need, during one of the combos, you need to grab an... Oh. Almost forgot again, but... Ah!
There's a lava boost.
There you go.
Park champ, dude.
I just wanted to get on this planet. Well, just get the star, please. Thank you. Alright, fine. One more lava boost in this level.
Thank you, Frosty.
I just completely forgot what I was talking about as well. Oh well.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you off there.
Ah, yeah, I was talking about lava boosts, of course. So yeah, that's the end of World 4. That means we're gonna go to World 5 now. And World 5 definitely has quite a few options on where we go in a bit, because the next section of the world map, you don't see it yet. It's actually... we can basically do it almost in any order. So we get some leeway there on making routing mistakes. It doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, after Space Storm. Space Storm, also one of those galaxies that go by really fast in green stars just because all the green stars are really close to the start. Probably green star 1 is the longest because this takes us to a different mission than Green Stars 2 and 3. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong galaxy again. Oops. This one is actually really close by, because it's right up there. You need to do some pretty precise pool star threats there, and it can be kind of difficult to get that much momentum. And on top of that, also not hitting the launch star, because if you get too close to the launch star, you actually get into the launch star, and you just lose all your momentum, and you basically have to set up again. There's a pretty consistent setup for that, as you saw, so that luckily worked out. But I remember first time doing that, it took like 10 minutes at least to get to that green star, even though it's kind of... Well, I wouldn't say it's that obvious, actually, that it's over there. Anyway, now we're going to the second half of Space Storm Galaxy, and this level in general has... you can skip quite a bit of this level over here. Mostly because, you know, the walls, they should have made them slightly higher, I guess. Because you see those sections over here, yeah, we can just jump over them. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here. Just gonna backflip up and jump over. And if I remember correctly, it's this one I need. There we go. That's one of the green stars where you have to see it in advance to know that the green star is there. Otherwise, it's...
At least the next one was obvious.
That's very true. The next one is kind of obvious, and we get to see the same strat again. Oh, we got a star bit. I always forget to shoot my star bits at the end. Like, a second doesn't sound like much, but I do it for like every level during this Green Stars runs. It's 2 minutes in the end. That 2 minutes of me just forgetting to shoot star bits, even though it's like free to do. Oh well, I'll try to remember from now. Yeah, going over there. Sometimes this first pool star is a little bit annoying, because if you actually do a jump on that first planet and are at the top of your jump, you're barely out of range of the pool star planet, so you actually lose the pool star again, or at least you get out of the pool star's grip again. So for that you actually don't want to do a full jump there and just want to do like a half jump. Anyway, I just needed to talk about something for this level, because it was basically the same thread as the previous one. So we got through that. So yeah, now we get to the section of World 5 where it's pretty... We can choose what level I want to go to next, so let's just see what level I kind of feel like. So I'll go to the top left first, because I don't really like Boom Moon Galaxy. It's a fun idea, but it's just... This level gets really repetitive in regular run.
Is it spoopy?
It's really spoopy.
Ooh.
You see all those ghosts and those skeleton faces.
Oh, I remember you doing this level the first time I saw you do the 602. I think this is about where I tuned in back in the day, so... I'm sorry, I don't know why that was the first thing to come to mind, but that was just the first thing to come to mind.
Oh, fair enough. Sometimes you just have specific memories to certain levels. The only memory I have about this level is, like, it's really annoying to get past a certain launch star in the level in a moment. Yeah, since this level is... You basically get to do the same level like 3 times in a row, so... First time I'll talk a little bit about the level, and then afterwards... I don't know. I don't know what to talk about.
I'll take it over for that. How about that?
Sounds good. Gonna skip here a little bit of the level over here, where we just long jump to this next platform here. And then we gotta wait for this platform to move all the way to the end of the level now. So it's just mostly for this part, it's mostly auto-scroller. There is a skip for this section though. It involves some really weird gravity threats, but nah, I don't want to do that. Also, one of the green stars is pretty obvious over there. Getting there is slightly more difficult though, but for now we're just quickly grabbing all the star pieces there, and we're doing a triple jump here. I can barely get enough height to actually land into the launch star there. So here we get to the final planet, and this planet is a big pop-up house. Well, it doesn't look like it yet, but once I press this button, the entire house pops up, and if I'm fast enough, I can just get on top of it here like this. Oh,
Aw, so close.
oops. Oh, no, now we have to wait for a cycle. I actually need the pop house to be, the pop-up house to be open to actually grab the screen star. Oh well. Oh. Ah, boo, no!
Ooh, be careful there. Don't want to have to do this level a third time.
I guess so. Let's see if there's a coin around.
Or fourth time even, right?
Yeah, we get to do this 4 times. I really wish they would have placed at least one green star in the other mission in here, because the other mission would have had some great spots to hide some green stars, but for some reason they really want you to go to this level. And in regular run, you basically do this level twice as well, so if you would do an entire 242 star run, which is basically getting all the stars in this run, you would need to do like the first 75% of this level 5 times, and you know, after a while you get sick of it. Speaking about something, I have something to talk about. Our coin count got to exactly 602, and that kind of brings me to something I can talk about. So twice a year there's actually a really big race that's being organized, and Galaxy 2 is a big part of that, and that's the 602. The 602 is a multiple Mario game run where you play through the first 4 3D main Mario games, so Mario Sunshine, Mario 64, Mario Galaxy 1, Mario Galaxy 2, all 100%, and that totals up to a total of 602 stars, and it's a really fun race to do. I'm usually a part of it, I usually compete in it, and it's a really fun run to do. It usually takes around the 24-hour mark. It's really a fun challenge, and if you're a big fan of Mario games, I would definitely suggest giving that a watch once it's again. I believe the next one is gonna be in July again. Not entirely sure. I think it's the first weekend of ESA actually, so I'm not able to compete unfortunately. It's gonna be first 602 in like 2 years where I'll be not be competing probably.
Oh, that'd be a shame actually if
Yeah.
that's the case.
Really
Not-
was
Not much you can do about it, but it's still a bit of a shame.
really unfortunate, but I'd rather go to ESA than, well, I'd rather go to BSG though, because you know,
Definitely.
but yeah, also definitely planning to want to visit ESA as well, because ESA is once a year, 602 is twice a year, then I would rather go to ESA. I can always do the 602 in the winter again.
Or just do it just because? Not the same, I guess, but
Not the same. It really helps so that you know that there's like, usually it gets a pretty big turnout, like normally like 15, well, normally like 25 people start the run approximately.
yeah, there's a decent amount of people that actually start those, and not a whole lot finishing them generally, but
Well, it's been getting more and more though. Like the first few 602s only had like 2 or 3 people finishing, but now there's normally like at least 10 people finishing, which is really impressive because it's not an easy run to learn. It's
yeah, that's fair.
oh, we're just messing around here a little bit. It's yeah, at least I talked through at least one of those extra stars. Like it was basically all the way up the same to that.
Shall I take over for this one then?
Yeah, thank you.
Because I guess I should mention that you're currently watching the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering, a monthly speedrunning marathon held here in the Netherlands. We're a beneficiary of the Dutch Cancer Society, an organization that helps with, I guess just their motto in and of itself says enough. It's less cancer and more cure. They fund cancer research and give to those who need it and help alleviate those already battling the disease. 90% of your donations will go directly towards them, and the other 10% we'll use to, keep the events coming, be able to make them, just as awesome as they are. So be sure to get your donations in. And on that note, we're still 31 euros away from seeing the perfect run, which is going to be closing off in a little bit over an hour. So if you want to see that, you got to start hurrying up on getting that met. That good enough for you, Frosty?
Yes, thank you. That's
There you go.
We just got to the end of Blue Moon, and we're almost reaching the 200 star mark. It's always pretty big number. Oh, 603. No, we can't talk about the 602 anymore.
Well, too bad. Too bad.
Oh well. Up next is Upside Dizzy Galaxy, and this level has a lot of similarities to a level we've seen earlier. Again, it's a 2D section level with a lot of changing gravity, but luckily, the one big difference about these two levels is that the green stars are actually way closer to the start than in the other levels, so that's a really good thing. They're both relatively close to the start, and it definitely has some interesting strats, because the changing gravity can actually be kind of interesting. If you go switch gravity from down to up, if you still have a lot of your momentum, you actually can get quite a bit of height there. Unfortunately, you didn't get to see it because I kind of got stuck on the wall there, but if we fall all the way down here, you see that I can actually go quite high. Hopefully I can do something similar here. Unfortunately I couldn't do the optimal strat there, where you actually land in that one platform and actually you get enough momentum to get in that next gravity field going up again, and then you immediately get to the green star. Should have probably not gone for it because it's actually green star 1. Getting late, I'm starting to figure out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This'll be a long night for sure.
Night is definitely still young. We've got so many good runs coming up though. I don't mind. I see now me going to the wrong green star at first. We gotta watch through this cutscene again. It doesn't help that much because it doesn't show you at all where the green stars are, but luckily still relatively close to the start, so we should be out of this level pretty soon.
I mean, I just noticed that it didn't. Did it ever even show the green star?
No, not for this level. The green stars are not showing up for this one. Like, you really...
Like, what's the point of the cut? I'm sorry. What's the point of the cutscene at that point?
The cutscenes are just copied from the first time you do this level. It basically shows you out what the normal strat is for this, or the normal cutscene for this level.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense, I guess.
Right, that green star's all the way in the corner there. The intended strat is to actually get on a moving platform, because as you can see down there, there isn't a gravity field on top of it. But, you know, just using that question mark luck, we can get to that green star way earlier and we don't have to wait for cycles. Like, that's always nice, not having to rely on cycles. And we hit the big 200, only 40 more green stars to go. And then one more star in perfect run if that gets met, please. Please, come on guys, it's gonna be really fun. Alright, up next is Slip Sand. And in Slip Sand, you know, usually I don't mind that much about desert levels, but unfortunately, desert levels in Galaxy games aren't usually the greatest, because there are a lot of places where you can get some instant deaths, so let's hope we don't get those. So yeah, let's go over here. First we get to this little section over here where the sand is actually moving forward, giving us quite a bit of extra momentum. Oh, don't get hit by the fire. Fire boost? That's enough. Yeah, if you do a long jump on these sand sections, you actually go really fast. But it makes it kind of difficult to avoid all the fireballs, so don't usually go full on the long jumps there, but still in general, it's usually you want to try to go for as many long jumps. Just in general in this game, long jumps are just fast. Yeah, now we're gonna skip a little bit of the section over here. We're gonna use this platform where the common medal is on, just so we don't have to deal with the sand keep pushing us back. And you know, since the sand is being really annoying, I try to avoid. Ah!
Ooh, that has got to hurt.
That definitely hurts, especially since there isn't any checkpoint yet in this level, so we gotta do all of that again. Oops. Yeah, sometimes you barely fall off and then Luigi just wants to do a ledge grab. And Luigi takes a while to recover from a ledge grab. So, yeah, then something with moving platforms moving towards each other, you sometimes get a little bit stuck. Anyway, that just means we gotta see this part again. It's not like we're gonna see it like 2 more times after this, but Let's just
Nah,
pretend.
we'll be fine. It's all just so that everybody's had a good chance to see this, because it's important.
Definitely. Like, it's very important. Like, this is probably one of the hardest levels to miss the Comet Medal because it's right there, and how would you not go past that platform? It's
You know, it's so easy to miss that. Ooh, I'm seeing a green star at the corner there.
yeah, there definitely is a green star there. That's actually only green star number 1, so we're gonna try to grab that as the last one because we first gotta collect 2 more green stars over here. Here, I said earlier that there was like only 1 slide level in the game, but technically there's another slide over here. And immediately at the start of the slide, there's another green star over there. And, you know, we're gonna skip that for later, but we're gonna skip that and wait for it until later. Just because we want to grab green star number 3 first, which is also on this slide, actually. First, we gotta avoid all these really happy rock rolling things, and
Well, hey, at least they're happy in trying to kill you.
I don't know if I'm so happy about them being happy to kill me, though.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, this one can be kind of annoying because it's right at the edge here, right at the moment that the rolling rock stops. So it's really difficult to. You're moving so much back and forth on the level, and then actually properly aligning you just on the edge of the platform. So I would lie if I say that I never died there before. So hey, that's a good thing that we didn't die on that part. That means we had to do the slide another time.
Well, I mean, you still gotta get to the slide another time. It's
Yeah.
almost the same thing.
Almost, I guess. But then we don't see the happy rocks trying to kill us. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. I have mixed feelings about those happy rocks trying to kill me. Oh, always that fire.
Almost lava boost. It's
Oh,
fire, so it's close enough. I'll take it.
fire, lava, it's almost the same thing, right? Okay, just played a little bit more safe. I definitely don't want to die on that section due to damage. Like, getting squashed by 2 platforms, I can deal with that. But just getting hit 3 times by the fire, that kind of gets embarrassing. We're skipping this section again. We're trying to avoid the sand as much as possible just because it really kills our momentum. As you can see, the long jumps just half of the time don't work either just because Luigi doesn't have enough momentum. So we're gonna go again. This time we didn't grab the block. Now we get to the slide again. Can be kind of difficult to grab this green star because you have to align yourself really fast for this green star. So, hope I don't fly off. Nah, we're good.
You got this.
Yeah, in this run, I would definitely say that the start of World 5 is definitely the most boring part because we get to see the same. Like, we get a lot of levels where all of the 3 green stars are in the same level. And, like, 2 levels I can deal with being in the same level, but the third one, then it gets kind of repetitive because we have to go to the same level again now. Luckily, there aren't that many levels that they put all the green stars in one level. Like, I think there's like only 2 major levels left where they're gonna put all the 3 green stars in the same one. And one of them is really has different strats for all 3 of them. So we're definitely getting through the boring part of the green star run. Even though normally in any percentages or just 120 stars in general, this is usually the world where it's probably the hardest world in the entire run. I would even say that World 5 is harder than World 6 overall, just because it has more interesting, more difficult skips, and World 6 is not as bad, even though it's like the final world, quote unquote. It's not really the final world, but the final world before Bowser. I'm rambling again. I just need to talk about something to go through this desert level. At least it's not as bad as the desert level in Galaxy 1, where you have to collect 100 purple coins in a desert level, which with a small mistake, you just lose all your progress. It could have been worse. Anyway, we're gonna go.
But, I mean, it's always that desert levels that seem the hard one. I mean, I remember M3 always struggling with the desert level on SM64 as well. I just feel like those might always be the hard ones for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's not always though. Usually in 2D Mario games, like the desert level is the second world, and then usually not the most difficult world yet, the second world. So, but I guess for 3D Mario games, I guess they are.
I mean, granted, the desert level in Odyssey is really easy, and I mean, the one in well, Sunshine doesn't have one, so I guess.
Well, it has multiple beach levels though.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not really hard either. Except for maybe Sandbird, because screw Sandbird. I love how tech is just Sandbird is free. To be fair, I beat it first try after I had seen the Dutch do it, but you know, before that, let's not talk about that one.
Alright, this is another one of the Fluzzard levels. Luckily, there's only 2 of the Fluzzard levels in this one. As normal, we're gonna go for the second green star first, and I would say this one is really well hidden. Like, normally, when you try to go fast in this level, you will probably miss it if you don't know where it is. Because at a certain moment, you actually have to wait a little bit before you can grab the green star, so... You know, it can take a while to find, so... Luckily, I'll show you exactly where it is, so people don't have to struggle with this later of finding where it is. We're gonna go to almost the end section of the level. We're now going over here, and we're actually gonna go to the left side over here towards this pillar, because as this pillar slowly moves away, there's actually a green star behind it, and
That's clever, all right. That's clever.
definitely not a point you would be normally aiming at. You're like, okay, I have to go towards the exit, and then you would just completely avoid the pillar, and then you never get to see it. So yeah, that's probably one of the more difficult green stars to find in general. All right, this next green star, it's really difficult. It's so difficult that I actually am gonna do a specific strat that I usually don't do, but you know, it's gotta be done for this green star. So we're gonna go into this level again, and we gotta go with Fluzzard again, and you know, motion controls there, they're really difficult. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what to do. So you know what? I think I just gotta pray for this level to work. So let's go pray and hope this works. Actually, can take a nap here. Hey, there we go.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, that star is relatively easy. You just hold the controller down and you get it.
Nice. I love that location.
It's so easy to miss, though.
It's really easy.
We're here with Mario, and with Mario's long jumps being slightly shorter than Luigi, it's a really, really difficult strat. So we're gonna go over here and actually let the platform move for a bit, get the cloud again, and then gonna use that platform again to go over here. Gonna do a similar strat, but this time we're gonna start with the cloud slightly earlier. And once we get close enough to the planet, this time, using all 3 of our clouds, we actually still make it to the planet as well. And the green star is right next to here. The hitbox of that wall is really big though. I was about to say I thought I had it, but for some reason the hitbox is bigger than it looks like, so you quite easily get hit by the wall there. That just means I get a show off the strat. Yeah, I remember at one point I was able to do this thread with Mario, and then one day it just didn't work anymore. How much I even tried, with 20 tries or something, I still couldn't get it, and then I never used that thread as Mario again. Then I go for the saver thread, which you saw during the first green star I grabbed. But luckily with Luigi, it's more consistent for sure. There we go, now we got the green star. So yeah, even though that like all the 3 green stars are in the same level in this galaxy, luckily with all these different threads we can do to skip segments of this level, definitely doesn't feel like it's the same level 3 times in a row. We get to see different threads for all 3 of them. And hey, that skip just saves a lot of time, because it's, that first planet can take quite a while. Anyway, off to the final green star in this galaxy over here, and you know, this one is, you don't get to see it that easily at first. Excuse me. But you know, there's the intentional way of clearing this planet is we're gonna go to the platform where we can turn this entire planet into ice, and then we can just ice skate to the end. I want you to stay on the platform, but hey, we got clouds. We can make it here. Also, don't get hit by the fire there. Normally, we just skate over there, but you know, we're gonna go back a little bit because I need some extra clouds. And now the green star is kind of obvious where it is. It's right in the middle of where the volcano used to be. But yeah, normally when the volcano is active, you don't actually see the green star, so it's definitely one that's quite easily missed over there. And with that, we're through Shiverburn. Definitely like it way more in green stars than the regular stars, so in that case, in green stars it's way better than in any percent. Let's just keep it at that. Also, you remember when I said that I really like enjoying running this category besides like one set of green stars? Over there! These are like the two most annoying green stars in the entire run because we gotta rely on the precision of the sensor bar and...
Oh boy, that already sounds awful, and I'm not even doing the level myself.
Yeah, these are probably, first of all, they're really difficult. Well, the first green star is pretty obvious where it is, but the second green star is just, first off, it's really difficult to find, and it relies on sensor bar precision. Well, you'll see in a moment. So first we gotta lure this bullet bill over to this cage over here, because we need to, we're gonna activate the cannon over here. Gonna play it really safe over here and just hit the platform over here. You can already see the first green star over there, and you can kind of see what we have to do for that green star. We gotta aim at it with the cannon. Oh, gotta avoid that. Those boomerang bros. You can technically already hit one of the boomerang bros with the cannon, and then this planet becomes a little bit faster, but sometimes it's just really wonky with whether you hit the enemy or just fly off. Alright, for this one, we're gonna aim all the way to the left here. And it's over there.
Oh, wow.
That. And let's hope. We can't do anything anymore.
Oh, that is... Okay. Wow. Just wow.
You know, it's not a fun green star. It's...
No, I can imagine. My god, that's gotta be awful to aim at.
Well, second try. We'd still be happy with second try. It seems right. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. I know I'm the only one here to clap, except for Rashla, who isn't clapping. But hey, still.
Wow, Rashla.
There we go. We did it. We got Rashla to clap for that.
I'm giving you all these tips on where these green stars are, and then you're not paying attention. Okay.
He's making... Yeah, okay. That makes sense that he's making notes like that. That's smart of him. Now he might be able to get them anyway.
Because I would imagine that one taking quite a while to find. So, I'm okay with you not looking. It's just gonna be more fun seeing you do it again later.
That's true. Maybe we should send him out of here, like, now. Because that is true.
Nah.
Of course we think you can remember everything, Rashla.
Alright, here we gotta aim again. Also just dropping the nunchuck because I'm slightly better at aiming with just two hands. Yeah, that one's fine. That one isn't as difficult as the other one though, because it's just so much closer, so you have a little bit more of leeway. But just that second green star is just so annoying. Like one of the few green stars I really hate in this run. That's the only part I don't like about this run. But luckily that's over. Only one death isn't that bad even. Anyway, that's the end of World 5, which means we're going to World 6 already. Almost to the final world already. It's went by so fast. I'm really enjoying myself over here. I hope everyone is enjoying this run.
Well, I know I sure am.
That's good.
And there's only 30 green stars left, but it's been pretty fun so far. I gotta say, it's a shame that we're still so far away from the perfect run, but I guess there's still about 30 green stars left, right?
Yeah.
It can still happen.
No, €1 approximately for each star I get. That seems doable, right?
I think so. Well, yeah, I mean, if you include the perfect run star itself, then yeah, it's exactly €1 per star.
Right, for this first green star, we're gonna skip that one first. I needed to think for a moment, like, is there another green star in this level? But yeah, there's another green star in this one, so we're gonna go for that green star a little bit later. But first, we're gonna go through this section again, and we start with an accidental lava boost there.
Still, it's a lava boost, so I'm happy.
Well, then you're gonna be really happy now, because there are intentional lava boosts.
Fuck champ.
Yeah, we're just bouncing to this section over here, because why not? Faster to then actually go through the normal way, like you have to go.
And another lava boost there. You're making me a very happy man today, Frosty.
I'm glad you're enjoying all the lava boosts. For this section, we're just gonna use this tornado, and the green star is right around here. I'm gonna play a little bit safe. I should be above it, yeah. You can grab the green star slightly earlier by just ground pounding out of that spinning animation. However, if you miss it, you do a lava boost. And since I'm at 1 health normally there, it usually means that. So that luckily went well. So yeah, now we're gonna go for that other green star, and it's gonna be similar to the one we saw early World 5, where we have to use the pool star momentum of, well, the momentum of the pool stars. I said it all already. Luckily, this one isn't as bad as the other one, mostly because you don't have a launch star to avoid, and there's pretty consistent setup for this one, so luckily, it's not as bad. Go around here. We're gonna stay on the left side over here, avoiding this, or not avoiding it. Oh well. We're gonna build a little bit of momentum here. And with this, we should be going fast enough to actually make it to the green star. Just barely. Barely not. I thought that was enough. Oh, well, let's set up again. Now it should be enough momentum, I hope. Ah!
Ooh, so close.
Saying that this one is easier, but it's giving me more trouble than the other one. Alright, let's... Oh. More momentum. Ah. Come on. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, you need to cover quite a bit of distance with that, so I guess it's not the most easy start to grab, but at least you have a setup for it. Like, those two pool stars are perfectly aligned for you to grab it, so at least that helps. Anyway, there's one more green star in this one, and this next green star is really interesting, I would say. Overall, it's a pretty unique level. We've already, of course, seen the boulder power up, but we're gonna use it in a completely different way this time. Because normally, when you use the boulder power up, there is one way to get out of the boulder, which is doing a crouch or a ground pound in midair. And, you know, during this level, they disabled that, because that will make the level just way too easy. So we gotta go through this entire parkour, and we need to grab a green star at the end while shooting off half of the platform where we're on.
Wait, is this the level where it's really, really easy to grab the normal star instead?
Yes!
Ah, I remember this.
I remember this as well.
Oh boy. This is just 602 memories all over again.
Really bad memories of the 602. I think I lost like almost 10 minutes on the spin just because I kept grabbing the star or dying.
Yeah, I was there. That was just sad to watch. So yeah, don't do that today.
Okay, if you say so. I was planning to go for it, but if you say not to go for it, I guess I'll avoid it. But yeah, this section is basically just get through the parkour, and there's two different ways to get this green star. The first one is the really risky thread, where you would just launch off this platform right at this moment and try to grab it. Or we're gonna go over here and jump back. And this ledge is slightly higher than the one behind it, so Luigi actually gets out of the boulder like that. So we can actually just long jump over here, slowly align ourselves, and then grab the green star. There we go.
Didn't lose 10 minutes to it. Good job, Frosty. You
Yes.
did it.
Yeah, I practiced that green star for sure. After that 602, I never wanted that to happen again.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
So yeah, that's the end of Boulder Bowl Galaxy. Or no, not Boulder Bowl Galaxy. We used the Boulder, but it's not Boulder Bowl Galaxy. It was Melty Monster Galaxy. Anyway, we're gonna go up first, I think. I'm not even sure what the optimal route is anymore. Basically, it's a big circle over here, and I'm not sure which way around is actually the faster movement, so I guess I'm just gonna do it like this. Anyway, Clockwork Runes. Clockwork Runes is, it's a long level. That's all I can say about it. It's Clockwork Runes has some really cool, interesting threads. I'll talk to them the first time, but just the level in general, it's just pretty long. Mostly, first things first, we gotta rely on these cycles over here. So at first, it already involves a little bit of waiting. Luckily, we can skip some sections, like long jumping over that section over there. And get over here. We can just long jump off. Oh. And then, fortunately, I had a bunk there, so it was just faster to wait for the platform and go to top. There's actually a slightly faster way to get to that launch star if you don't mess up anything. But, you know, bonking, and then let's just keep it consistent and... oh... Attention here. Yeah, lots of things happening there. We basically... They want you to go through this entire sideways section, which isn't completely 2D, making us able to go outside of the level, making us skip like most of this section, luckily. Then we free the Luma over here. Next time around, I'll tell a little bit more detail about this part. Just we're gonna get here again, so don't worry. I guess that's a good thing about green stars being kind of repetitive. Like, if I mess up the commentary the first time, I can do it the second time. So yeah, for this segment, it's a lot of waiting again. These rocks seem kind of random, but they will always appear in the same order of where the holes are gonna be. So usually you have to wait for the 3 first rocks there, and then you can eventually go through. Here we backflip up that section over there, skipping a section with...
That looked really trippy.
Yeah, the specs, it's interesting. Those specs, if you just mash A and hold right, you just go through them really fast most of the time. Alright, we're almost at the end of the level. You see the regular star there, and the green star is actually going to be even further than that. They really... Nintendo just sometimes loves to put the green star just so far away. Just want to go fast, you know. And I don't want to do the entire level. Alright, this is... Oh! Okay, that's... Okay, normally I don't fall off there. That makes this part more interesting. I should be fine if I just stay on this thing. So yeah, we go even further, and there it is. Then you also gotta rely on depth perception again. Normally staying around the middle works, but sometimes your move place gets a little bit messed up and then you just miss the green star at the end. And that really is painful because it would send you all the way back to the start of the part with the rolling boulders. It's not a fun part to do. Luckily we got through that, and now we can do the more fun parts of this level, I guess. This level overall is pretty hard, I would say, because normally when you go to this level, you have to do 2 coin collecting missions in here. One time you have to collect coins to feed a hungry Luma, and another time you have to collect purple coins here. And you know, on moving platforms, quickly grabbing coins, it tends to have some mistakes. And with moving platforms, if you mess up, it usually that means a death. And that can be really annoying if you're at like 90 purple coins out of 100. So at least that's not in green stars. Right. So here you're gonna see that it's not gonna be worth it to actually wait for the platform all the way. So I'm just gonna backflip up this wall here, and I messed up because I had to be on this platform instead of the lower part. It would have been faster to wait for the platform, oh well. Anyway, with the backflip against the wall there, you can barely get high enough to get in that launch star and supposedly not wait for that section to move there. Oh, go up here again. Guess I had to wait for the wall to move in again. So here, you gotta change the gravity once more. Oh. Can sometimes be a little bit annoying if you get too high. If you do a wall jump to the top of a wall. Sometimes Luigi sort of wants to grab on, but then again he doesn't want to. And that just creates a really weird bonk like that. But once we do that, we actually get to the next section, and the green star is right in the corner there. Really easy to miss that one. Yeah, one more green star to go in here, and then after this one is also a really good level as well. I think, if I know my routing. I don't know. Somewhere in this world it's definitely gonna be. Maybe... Yeah, I think... I don't know, is it faster to move down or move right? I don't know. Well, I'll see where I feel like it's gonna be the best way to go after this green star. Just gonna... Probably I would have forgotten already again that I need to decide which way to go, and then I'll just go with what muscle memory tells me to go. Anyway, this final green star is going to be really close to the start here. First, I have to go over this section again, and then we accidentally bonk. Whoops. Oh, I probably missed a cycle, yeah. Oh well, that means we gotta wait for this one. And the green star is, it's up here. It's, not the most difficult star, but again, moving platforms, especially with Luigi. I barely even talked about the differences between Mario and Luigi. I keep mixing up their names, but I haven't even talked about their differences that much. I said earlier, though, that Luigi jumps a bit higher, long jumps are a little bit further, but one major part that's a thing about Luigi is, first things first, he takes a little bit longer to get going. The moment he takes slightly longer to get to his top speed, and he also takes a while to stop. If you just let go of the control stick, Luigi actually starts slipping a little bit further. And that's, you know, if you're not used to it, it gets really annoying because, you know, if you think, oh, let's stop for the edge of the platform, and then Luigi just thinks, nah, let's just slip off, and then you fall. It would be really unfortunate.
It's Womp's Fortress.
Yay! We're playing Mario 64. I'm not even doing Mario 64 strats. Oh. I tried to save it.
I guess that's not part of Mario 64 strats, no.
Definitely not. Fine, I'll do Mario 64 strats.
Nice.
Cannonless. Oh, but there isn't anything there, though. Unfortunately. Alright, we're gonna go up here, and the green star is all the way up here. Should be barely high enough to get with a triple jump if you time perfectly, but most of the time is better to wait for the womp. Ah, couldn't get it. Oh well, just get over here then. Come on. There we go. You just use him as a wall, and then we can wall jump high enough to get on high enough for this green star. Like, I guess dying there kind of messed up the cycle because I don't think I ever had to wait that long for the womp for me to get the green star. Oh well. Really fun thing about this level, though, that we don't get to see, like, one of the stars in Mario 64 is like the part where you have to shoot at it with a cannon, not the one in the wall, but the one with the little pole and the coins around it. Shoot into the wild blue. Thank you. And even though there isn't a star in this game there is actually the comet medal is there. So it still kind of brings back that Mario 64 feeling that you still have to go there for at least to fully beat the game. Anyway, we don't get to see that, unfortunately, so we're just gonna move back here, and we're gonna go to this section over here. Just fall down because there's a green star down there. Who would ever look there, right? It's one of the more random spots where you really have to rely on the audio cues to actually find that one, because it's actually difficult to actually see during just exploring the level because you can't really look down there, and you basically have to hope which of the holes it is. It's wouldn't be the first time that I accidentally jumped into the wrong hole, being like, oh, I think it's in the second hole. Nope, it was in the third one. Alright. I think this green star is probably the green star that took me the longest to find in my casual playthrough, the first time I played this. Because it's just, you just don't see it anywhere in the intro cutscene, you don't even hear it anywhere, and it's just really annoying. I think you barely get to see it during the flying in scene, but it's just, you need to look at a very specific spot. Anyway, for everyone who ever wondered where this green star was, I can't imagine it's being in a little bit difficult spot to find. All you gotta do is go all the way up here. And, oh, maybe get a cloud. For some reason I thought like, yeah, there's a cloud power up on the end of that platform, right? Oh, right, cloud platforms. Oops. Anyway, we're getting this cloud then. And gonna move all the way over these clouds here, and we're just gonna start long jumping. Look, there it is! It's just all the way out there. You see it like for a split second during the flying in scene, but furthermore you don't really have any hints. I don't think you even see it in first person mode, or I'm not sure about that. Anyway, it's just in such a random spot. It took me so long to find, and I'm glad that I know where it is now. It definitely makes that green star way faster. Alright. This is the longest green star level in the entire run. This is, just in general, this is the longest level in the run, just because there's gonna be so many little animations, so many planets we gotta traverse, and many enemies we gotta kill. Because this is not the boss gauntlet, the enemy gauntlet galaxy, where to advance to the next planet you gotta defeat all the enemies on the previous planet, and it's quite a few planets. It's like, I think it's a total of like 10 different planets. And for one of the green stars you actually have to go to the final planet, so let's go over there first. We quickly go through that first planet there's just a single Goomba, pretty easy. Then for this next one there are some of these fire enemies, which are, if you spin close to them, they actually lose their fire attribute, and then you can actually defeat them by just running into them. But yeah, if they land in the lava, they actually gain their fire attribute back, so you definitely want to avoid that as well. This next one, kill all the spiny guys, pretty easy with just a fire flower. It actually gives us so much time on the fire flower that we can usually even use the fire flower for this next planet, which definitely makes this one way easier. These crabs are intentionally killed by hitting them on their back with a spin, because that's a place where its shell doesn't cover. But it's just so much faster to just do it with the fire flower. Alright, we've got some pumpkin Goombas over here, which you can, there's two ways to kill them. Like, you see me doing ground pounds, which is definitely the faster way. Otherwise, you would have, I think you would have to spin into them to break the pumpkin, and then you can jump on top of it again. There, over here you see the first green star, and yeah, that's only the first one, and we're already like at least a minute into this level. It's, this level is gonna take a while. For this part, gotta kill some boos. And luckily they die to the light of the shell, so what I usually do there is just use the Z button to break, just so the shell stays in place, and then it's actually pretty easy to aim at all the boos without getting hit there. So for the next planet, we get a little checkpoint planet where we can buy a life shroom if we would really need some extra help, but it's not really like this level is that difficult. It's more that it's just long. Oh. Here we see the ice version of the fire guys we saw earlier. Same principle goes to killing them though. Just spin near them and then run into them. Right. These moles, they're always on a really good cycle once you get here, so once you kill both of them, the key is just gonna spawn right underneath you. Really easy, and then we go inside here. And we aren't there yet though. Still gotta beat these guys, which we have to deal with some changing gravity, and we can only kill them on their soft side. Two of them we have to You need to constantly rely on the changing gravity to actually kill off them. Technically fast. I think you can do it one cycle faster, but it's really risky. So I'd rather not go for that. And now we're finally on the final planet, and then the green star we need to grab is over here. There we go. That's the first green star. That's just. I think this is the longest green star in the entire run. It's just really slow. But anyway, we got that one out of the way, and now we only got to do like 6 of the planets, and then like 3 or 4 of the planet. But yeah, in general, pretty long level. But that just means that Luigi can show that he hates the enemies, I guess. Because he just wants to kill them over and over again. How mean, Luigi. Luckily, we can skip this intro cutscene. It saves a little bit of time over here. So yeah, up to these fire guys again. Technically, it would be fast. Oh, I actually hit it with a starbit. That's I don't normally never hit it with a starbit. Like, I was just about to say, normally it's technically faster to hit one of these with a starbit, and then you don't have to spin into them. Expecting that I wouldn't hit it, so that was nice that the starbit actually hit. Why is my sensor bar precise now and not during the cannon shooting level? Oh well. We're gonna defeat these enemies again. Gonna go for the crabs again. Their movement is kind of random, especially the blue one can be really annoying just because if you get close to it, it starts running away, making it a bit more difficult to hit with a fireball. Sometimes you just hit him first try, and then that blue one is just the one that always gives trouble. It's the most important thing to remember about that planet. Just normally try to go for the blue one first when it hasn't noticed you yet. And otherwise, oh. Oops. I don't know, I'm just all over the place. Hang on. Gotta grab the key over here. Good thing is, at this point, we won't see any more duplicate planets anymore. So, at least we're getting through this section. Do all these boosts again with the lights. It's pretty good. Oh, sorry, Green Star, we're gonna avoid you for just a little bit longer. We'll get you next time we get to that planet. One more planet to go. We gotta see these ice guys again. Hopefully I can do a good spin here and spin into both of them at once. There we go. It was unfortunate that it took 3 tries to actually hit them. But
you comboed them. I mean, that's still worth something.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, and now that we got to this planet, we can finally grab Green Star number 2. So yeah, this level, it's just long. I'm really glad. This is always a star I'm looking up, not looking forward to, since it's just so long. Like, it's not that difficult to lose that much time on. It's just long and boring, and again, one of those levels where all 3 of the green stars are in the same level. And in any percent you do this level also, like, at least the first half 3 times as well. So basically, you in an entire 242 run, you do the first 4 planets of this section 6 times. It gets tedious. Luckily, we're almost done. Just gotta talk my way through this, make this sort of interesting for everyone who is watching. Hopefully I can at least accomplish that.
Yeah, I'm sorry for stepping out for the first ones. Like, now is as good a time as any to get something to eat.
Good point. If I was on hosting, I would have probably done it at the same level, because, yeah.
I really needed something. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to sit through an 8-hour run in a moment without being able to, so...
Well, you got people around who can
that's true.
Help you get through it.
That's very true. I've got you for that.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, I don't know what Kako said, but apparently it was funny.
It was Rushla talking, I think.
Okay, yeah, no. Never mind that.
I'm not even gonna repeat it for stream.
No, let's not. Never mind that. Forget I asked.
But do you know what the good thing is? We're past this long, boring level. Hey!
Oh, nice. So that's what, 6 more levels to go, I think?
No, slightly more. We got like 3 more in this world and then 5 more in the final world, I think.
Okay.
5 or 6 in the final world, but the final world only has 2 stars per galaxy, so those
Yeah,
go by pretty
explains
fast.
explains how my math was off. I was just judging by star count and hoping to sound smart.
Now, all the remaining levels each have 2 stars left of all the galaxies. So I think since we're at 222, if I remember.
Yeah, there's 18 more. That's why I
yeah.
figured 18 more is 3 per galaxy. Oh, that's only 6 more. Yeah, that can work out, but yeah.
That means we're almost getting to the final moment where you can donate for me doing the perfect run. Come on, guys. Don't you want to see me suffer?
Still 31 euros away. It's at this rate, we might not even get to see it anymore.
Aww.
That'd be sad.
This would be the first time that people don't want to see me suffer during this game. What's going on, guys? I want people to donate for the Dutch Cancer Society, and I was hoping that this would inspire people to do so, but apparently...
Apparently not today. Well, I mean, maybe somebody changes his or her mind in that, and we might still get to see it. But if not, well, too bad. They're lost, right?
Exactly. But yeah, this is another underwater level, and it's luckily we don't stay in this level for this long because we're going to this launch star, but we're not going to use it because the green star is right around the corner there.
That's clever. I like that.
This one is really cleverly hidden. For one time in this level, you also have to eventually complete a chimp challenge, and during that you need to collect 10,000 points by defeating enemies, collecting coins, grabbing star bits, or collecting a 1-up. And since there's a 1-up over there, and the 1-up gives you 1,000 points out of the 10,000 needed points, you know, it's really useful to actually make a quick stop there to grab those points. So
Yeah,
definitely useful to remember that.
That's
spot
smart. They made sure to hide it in a spot like that.
So yeah, I'm really happy. Normally this level is really long, but luckily the green stars are relatively close to the start, so I don't mind this level that much during green stars. During any percent, or saying any percent, but I guess it's this. Don't think you do both stars in any percent anyway. But yeah, during other runs of this game, you have to sit through this level twice, and it gets a little bit boring. Like, there's a slight meme going around that this level isn't called Slimy Spring, but Sleepy Spring, just because the biggest challenge during this level is staying awake. And I can totally see that. It's just mostly holding A, not run into anything.
So
Visualize.
if I can butt in here real quick, because we just got a €5 donation from Critical Sid, saying shout out to Thextera for driving Sniper Wave and I home when our train routes got hacked and completely shut down for the evening. He refused to take the gas money, so I'm donating it here instead. Also, here you go, Frosty. Enjoy suffering.
Thank you, Sid.
That puts us €26 away now, so we're getting close. It could still happen.
I think we can do it.
We also just hit 200, which is also pretty awesome.
Woo! Still can't really clap, but I hope this is good enough.
It'll have to do.
All right, we're going to Flash Black Galaxy. Flash Black Galaxy can be a pretty difficult level to traverse if you've never seen the level before, because as you can see, most of the time you don't actually can see what's going on in the level, because sometimes you get a little flash on what's actually there, but after that you just have to remember where it is. You have some helpful indications around, like some star bits and whatnot, but it can get kind of tricky. And oh look, it's Yoshi. That can only mean good things, right? Yoshi in the Galaxy 2 run. Ooh, I hear don't drop him, but...
I mean, dropping him here wouldn't actually kill him, would it?
Oh, not over here. That's,
I mean, it doesn't look like a place where it would, so it's not
Nice.
even that bad.
it's a nice, really comfy house with books and... flying Goombas, pumpkin Goombas. Hey, look, there's a green star over there. Why green star? But yeah, that's the first section of this level. And normally during this second section you have to collect all 5 silver stars. But, you know, we're not going for the silver star, so we can just infinite flutter to the end here. And that was actually a really good angle. If I can actually grab it.
I was for a moment there, I was like, did he just miss it and is now gonna fall to his death? That'd be pretty sad. Luckily that didn't happen.
Luckily you can quite easily recover with infinite flutters, but yeah, usually just missing one infinite flutter really gets you out of the rhythm of infinite flutters, and then it's pretty difficult to get back into. So but it's worked out, and that's all that matters. Alright, one more green star in here. We've already seen where it is. And I guess for this one, it's slightly faster to drop Yoshi though.
Frosty.
Yeah.
Yo, Frosty. Blue Meister Box here. Welcome to the Frosty Galaxy. I hope you enjoy your stay. Keep it up and stay frosty. And I'm gonna quickly confirm this, but I think with that we have our incentive met.
Yay!
And yes, we do. We're gonna see the completed. We're gonna see the perfect run being completed after we're done here. So enjoy the suffering, my friend.
Yay! Oh well, all for the Dutch Cancer Society, right?
Absolutely.
I'll gladly
absolutely.
suffer for that a little bit. Sorry, I'm gonna drop Yoshi here. Otherwise I have to infinite flutter up there, and that's just slow. But yeah, after this, I guess we're gonna see the perfect run. Hopefully, it won't be that much of a train wreck, but I guess you probably all want to see a train wreck, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like stuck between. I kind of want to see a train wreck on the one hand, and well, I guess there is that thing of, you know, we might want to also just get a first try because
So,
it's
One
awesome.
hang.
Oh,
We gotta do
sorry.
very important skip over here. It's purple idiot skip. We did it.
Okay, sorry.
It's a very interesting skip there. If you actually just regularly move to the spot next to the final Bowser level, it triggers a cutscene with Laba telling you the big purple Luma you see at the start of the level, start of the spaceship every time, telling you like you can do it's the final level, you can beat him. But you know, they only put the trigger if you actually stop on that spot. If you just click the final level instead of just moving to the right, you actually skip that cutscene. And what else was I gonna say about it? Oh yeah, right. You can only do the skip when you play in widescreen. That's why I made sure to. What was that? Right, we're lava boosting. And so yeah, this is the final Bowser level. Sorry, I zoned out there for a bit. I kind of zoned out for a bit because I was sort of thinking about where was the green star again. But now I remember. So yeah, for this green star, we gotta go to halfway through the level, and this final Bowser level it has some really cool skips. For earlier, I showed a lava boost, and I don't know. For some reason, I zoned out. It happens after a while with such a long run. Well, it's not even that long, I guess. After so much talking, I guess I gotta zone out. I sometimes zone out a little bit. I'm sorry.
It's bound to happen in a run this length, honestly, Frosty.
Yeah.
I mean, we both run long games, you know, and it's one of those things that just it happens.
Yeah, definitely true. Here, over this part, I'm gonna go slightly more towards the wall, just so I can keep one more cloud over here. Because we're actually gonna, well, technically we don't actually need the cloud, but it's intended to use the cloud, and the unintended way is really slow. Because, as you can see in the corner there, there's a Yoshi there, and that means we can flutter to the green star in the back there, but that would mean grabbing the Yoshi, and if we can just long jump over here with just one cloud, I think I'd rather do that.
It's funny how this is the intended strat, and
Yeah.
Yoshi is the unintended strat, but the unintended strat being slower than the intended one. That's just funny.
Just in case if I really miss a cloud. Like sometimes it can be really weird if you go into the launch star. Sometimes if you spin for it, you actually lose your cloud because you spun a little bit too early. So sometimes I go to that level and I'm like, okay, I got one cloud, and then I lost my cloud last moment. So then luckily there's still a Yoshi there, which you can flutter towards the green star. But still, I'd rather just have a cloud there and just long jump over there. So yeah, one more green star to go over here. We gotta... Luma is showing us the way, and once we get to the end there, you'll open up the path. It's the only time actually in this level that we're gonna defeat all these hammer bros. Normally we just go for the skip during that part. But for this next green star, we actually need the flowers that are gonna spawn here in a moment. So once we defeat the third one, took a while to die because I actually knocked him off the platform. Yeah, we're gonna use this flower over here, and we're just gonna slowly drop down. Slowly but surely. Once we get close to this corner, you can see the pier in the back there. It's down there. I think I'm above it, so I can just jump off. There we go. So yeah, this is the end of World 6. And you know that skip I talked earlier about, Purple Idiot skip, where we skipped the cutscene? Well, the trigger is still there, so we gotta avoid it somehow. So instead of just moving to the right, going to the final world over here, actually gonna use slightly different movements. So one really convenient thing about this game is if you press down on the D-pad, you can actually just go to the world map. That way you can quickly move to the next world without actually having to deal with the Purple Idiot skip, because you can't actually get out of there any other way without triggering the cutscene. Like, for some reason the spot in the back is not in the screen anymore, so it's the only way to avoid Purple Idiot skip. Or do Purple Idiot skip at that moment. I just love calling it Purple Idiot skip because the purple lava is it's so annoying in runs because he talks so much to you. Anyway, this is Mario, where the idea behind this level is turn Mario entirely yellow, but you know, why do that if the green star is just right over here? Like, this level is so small, you can already also see the other green star in the back. Both green stars are just so close to the start. It goes really fast at this point. Like, there's only one really long level left, I would say, with green stars. Most levels in World S are shorter levels, but with some extra, really difficult levels, I would say. So, yeah, Mario Squared, first time around it isn't that difficult, but the second time you get here, you actually have to collect purple coins on Mario, and I think you need to grab like all the coins, and you got Shadow Luigi's chasing you. It's just not something you want to do. So yeah, usually they start off the levels pretty easily, but then once the comet appears in each level, it becomes pretty difficult. So yeah, that's the first galaxy done in World S. It's only 5 more to go, I believe. Yeah. See, we're almost there. This run doesn't take that much longer. Alright, off to Rolling Coaster Galaxy. Probably one of the hardest green stars left in this one. There's just... The thing is... Wait, I just realized. I told earlier during the run that we wouldn't see this mechanic again, but we actually do in Rolling Coaster Galaxy. Even though the music is great in this level, I really like the regular mission and the purple coin mission in this one, but the green stars are just really annoying. So this is probably...
Again, I remember these green stars and how awful they were first time I saw you do them.
Yeah, they're definitely not the easiest. This is probably the only level where I'll go for the first green star intentionally. Instead of the second green star in this one, just because if you miss the first one, you can still go for the second one, and the first one is really easy to miss, especially since it also relies partly on RNG, and that isn't relying on RNG. That's not the most fun thing to do. So yeah, we gotta roll over this platform, and the enemies line up pretty good, so I can just go around them. Oh, and then sometimes the jump button just doesn't work, and then you don't jump towards the green star, and then you miss it. So yeah, that's why I go for that green star first, because then technically I can go for the other green star afterwards. And the other green star isn't that easy either. It's in a pretty annoying spot as well. So they're pretty difficult ones. That's all I can say about it. So hopefully it's right near the end here, and gotta go a little bit slower here because we need to have enough time to move to the right here. And luckily we got that one.
Well, optimally this is faster, isn't it, to get the second one first?
Technically, yes, but
I mean, considering you missed the first one and all that,
yeah.
Technically you're just doing optimal strats, assuming you can get it right now.
Oh, fair enough. Well, technically it is like, there are two different paths you can take at a certain moment, and the first green star is on the slower path. So
yeah, okay, I guess that's a thing as well.
So yeah, now we have to go down the slower path twice. At least I hope only twice, otherwise we gotta do this stuff over and go again. I don't want to do that.
But you'll just assume that you just get it.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be fine.
We can totally get this. So yeah, but ideally you want to grab that green star first, because then you can go down the faster path. It saves a couple of seconds, but I'd rather have 2 shots at that green star than 1, because that green star is just annoying motion controls, RNG, and buttons that just sometimes don't respond. It's not a great combo. Let's see, the enemies aren't aligned that well, so I gotta slow down here a bit, gain all my speed, and he didn't jump.
Ooh, that's a shame.
And at that moment, you gotta basically reset, so we jump off the level.
Ah, that's too bad.
So yeah, at this moment it's becoming rough, because each time we miss it now, it's gonna lose not a few seconds, but more like half a minute, at least.
Yeah.
As I said when I started this level, it's probably the hardest green star left. So, but I feel positive it's gonna be this one.
Oh, you're gonna get it. You got this, dude.
If the bomb doesn't knock me off, though. Not in the greatest spot. I was able to avoid it, though.
Ooh, so close.
Oh, well, trying again. Just some extra suffering for the people. Like, if you thought the perfect run wasn't enough, here's some extra.
I love how one says go, 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 and the other is slow, slow, slow.
This one makes a great pun, though. Stay under control. For some reason, all the toads in this level just all make puns. Well, I don't think this one. Experts stay right, but we're not an expert. We're gonna go left.
We're even better, so we go.
Why?
Well, yeah, that's your jump button isn't really helping, is it?
Well, just in general, that this jumping with this thing when you're going really fast isn't the most responsive in general. So, can you please get on?
Frosty clearly being frustrated as he tries to push the the ball thingy.
Yeah, if we could just push it and just not stay on it, then I don't think we can go high enough to actually grab the green star. So I guess we have to get on top of it and go for it until we get it.
We just use Cappy to capture all these Goombas, make a stack high enough to be able to get it. How's that? Ooh.
It's yeah, it's that's all I can say about it. All right, we're gonna get it. Something came and did something really smooth behind me.
He just got on the couch, is all. Just focus on the star. It's Kinnan is less important right now.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Kinnan.
I think Kinnan is very important, though.
That's why I added the right now. Kinnan is very important.
There we go.
See? Now Kinnan is more important again.
See, now I can focus on Kinnan. Hi, Kinnan. But anyway, we got through that level. Luckily, that was probably the hardest green start in the entirety of World S, so at least we got through that. And because we died so many times, Lava, if I was gonna talk to him, Lava was gonna be so proud of me of finally beating that hard level. But I'm not that proud of it, unfortunately. Anyway, some more Sunshine references coming up. We're gonna do Rico 4, or Twisty Trials Galaxy, but it's just called Rico 4. Because we gotta do the level with all the moving platforms.
Oh, yeah, I see.
The really unfortunate thing about this level is, though, the platforms are way more slippery than in Sunshine. If you've ever seen a Sunshine run and seen this level, you know that you can kind of stay on these platforms even though they're almost vertical.
Yeah, you can stay on them. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot more slippery than Sunshine for sure.
Yeah, it's really slippery. So it's, especially during a 602 when you're used to doing this level first. Oh. Oops. This level can sometimes be a bit annoying, I guess. That's what you can conclude from this. So, it's just this time we didn't slide. That's good. That's you. Someone sneezed in the back. Alright. Just using a cloud there, I guess. And luckily this part is way easier than in Sunshine, because in Sunshine you need to do a jump dive or something, but here, just a long jump. At least,
I mean, granted, these platforms are a lot bigger than they are in Sunshine as well.
That's definitely true. Overall, I would still say that the Sunshine one is worse than this one. Once you know that these platforms are just really slippery, it's pretty doable. But if you're expecting Sunshine mechanics, then you're in for a bad time during this level. So yeah, that's the first green star. The other one is relatively close to the start, so hope this shouldn't give any more trouble, but you never know. Lots of these levels are actually references to earlier games. Like the first level was the pixelated Mario, which is, of course, it's an 8-bit Mario, but a very similar level was in Galaxy 1 as well. Then the next one was the Rainbow Slide, which is basically sort of a Rainbow Roads from Mario Kart. Then we got this game, this level from Sunshine, and we got some more levels coming up. We got two more references to Galaxy 1 actually. Then gotta jump over here and go for this green star. Yeah, that's unfortunately the last we see of Sunshine. Aww.
Aww. But I like Sunshine. I love how the Sunshine Runner immediately calls it a bad video game.
I was about to do the same though.
Wow.
I was about to say being like, Sunshine. Anyway, we're gonna go to Stone Cyclone Galaxy, and this level is also Galaxy comes straight from Galaxy 1, but this time the enemies, they move really fast, and there are these buttons around which you can use to slow the enemies down, but we don't need that, right?
And we just gotta go faster.
Here, gonna quickly long jump over here, and we're gonna just walk around him, and we can just over here, quickly make it there. You already saw one of the green stars there. We're gonna skip that for a moment. You're playing it safe. Long jumping over here, and then long jumping over here. There we go. These platforms can indeed be kind of annoying when moving so fast, especially doing this the first time. However, once you've done this level a couple of times, you kind of start to learn the cycles really well, so you know like which jumps you can make and which jumps you can't. Now I'm pretty sure for this next one, since we can skip the cutscene of me entering the level, I think I actually have to wait for like a slight moment before doing that same long jump again at the start, just because otherwise it would immediately get squashed by the block guy. I don't know what they're called. Not really twomps or wumps. They're kind of unique. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait here just a tiny bit, just until this guy moves out of the way, and then we can go to this section over here. I'll do a triple jump here. Oh, don't do a spin. We gotta wait. All right. Ah! Oops.
Ooh.
Wasn't fast enough. Normally, it's easier when you go there the first time because you're already building up. Also, I'm going a different way. This is the route for when you do silver stars. You need to grab that silver star. Oops. Let's just wait a little bit. This guy moves really fast, so it's. There we go. So that one is also done. Getting really close to the end now. Only 2 more galaxies left. This next one is probably still the slightly longer one. But we get to see some more references to Galaxy 1. Because this level was taken directly from Galaxy 1, but you know, Galaxy 1, such a great game. We need to put more references of that into. So we're gonna do a boss blitz Galaxy, where we're gonna see many bosses from Galaxy 1. Since the green stars are relatively close to the start, well, I think they're about halfway through. We don't get to see all the bosses, but luckily we don't have to do the slowest boss fight in this entire round, so at least that helps. So yeah, first boss fight is PD Piranha, and this boss fight is pretty straightforward. You hit PD at his tail and a Dino Piranha, of course. We just talked about how Sunshine was a bad game, and then I still reference to it. But yeah, Dino Piranha, pretty straightforward guy. Just hit him in the tail, and he's pretty easy to avoid and hit his tail. It's like at a certain moment, you have to do this boss fight during a timer challenge, and the timer doesn't actually keep on counting during the cutscene. So when you beat that guy, it's like 5 seconds into the challenge. It's really ridiculous how fast you can actually beat that guy. Anyway, this is King Caliente, and he's gonna play a bit of tennis with us. Let's see how much of a rally we can keep up. Not that long, unfortunately. He's not the greatest tennis player. Yeah, this is... Oh. This is definitely the new Mario Tennis for Switch game. No clue how it's called, but yes, definitely. Alright, up next is Mole Guy. I don't know his name. Yeah, Sergeant something, I think. Major Burrows. Oh, I accidentally forget one of the strats here. Oh well. We want to have some star bits actually during this boss fight, because once you... Also, very cool strat here. If you just do 2 ground mods in a row, you immediately get him out again. Normally you have to wait for him to get close again, but with 2 immediate ground pounds you also get there. But yeah, if you shoot him with some star bits while he's running, he actually runs slower. So that actually, it saves a little bit of time having not to run after him. Alright, this is Bouldergeist or Buckmeyer from Luigi's Mansion, which we'll see tomorrow. But we're just gonna ignore him. We'll defeat him tomorrow. So yeah, luckily we can skip that boss fight because it's definitely the longest one in that entire boss rush there. So yeah, only 3 more green stars to go. And... Ooh, I think I can get sub-estimate. Let's go.
Let's go for it. You got this.
I think the run takes like 3 or 4 more minutes from this point out, so... Not including perfect run though. I guess that's actually added to the estimate, so I guess I'm going over estimate. Oh yeah, especially the Luigi's Mansion incentive is also still a thing. I'm sure Cruel can tell you all about that.
Oh yeah, I sure can. You see, we've got donation incentives, you know, seeing as how we're raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society and all that. And one of those incentives that we have left is for the Luigi's Mansion run tomorrow to turn the any percent no out of bounds category into a 100% run. Now, that incentive is currently set to 125 euros, and it doesn't have anything to it yet, so we're still quite some ways away from that. But if we can get that met, that'd be a really cool run, wouldn't it? Now, if you're not that much into Luigi's Mansion, there are also 2 other incentives still going. One is for the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker Huyan mission, which is currently at 0 out of 75 euros. And there is the incentive for the Dark Souls character name, which is currently set to Lava Boost with 20 euros and Poyo with 1 euro. So, yeah, if you want to tip the favor for Poyo, it just takes 19 euros and 1 cent.
Alright, we're almost at the end of the boss blitz here. We just grab this green star over here. Just some green star fruit hanging from the tree, I guess. But yeah, that actually makes us go to the final galaxy. This galaxy have one very unique aspect to it. Like, I'm sure 99 of the people are gonna be like, Frosty, what the hell does that even matter? But for me, it's interesting. Like, the green stars are gonna be in 2 different missions over here. And the fun thing is, like, the second mission is actually a comet mission. And all the other green stars was always in a regular second mission, but only this second green star is gonna be in one of the comet missions. So, for me, it's that interesting, but I'm sure, like, most people are like, Frosty.
Oh, that's a pretty cool side note.
Yeah. At least I think so. I hope.
No, I think it's pretty cool that they actually did that.
So yeah, this first green star, it's really, really close to the start. It's already on this first planet over here. You can already see it to the side there, so it's gonna be pretty quick to grab over here. If I actually do my strats correctly. Hang on. If I remember how to do my strats on, it's getting to the end of the run, I guess.
Right, Nintendo motion controls, something like that, right?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we just get on top of here and then just jump off into the green star. That means we only got 1 more green star to go. Oh, the run just flew by, didn't it? So yeah, we'll probably take about 2 more minutes, I would say, to grab the green stars. Time is when I hit the final green star. So yeah, this green star is gonna be almost all the way at the end of the level. So we at least get to see this level done, how this level normally looks. So yeah, as I said before, this second green star is actually gonna be taking place in the comet mission of this galaxy, and it's basically the same level as before, but this time there's something added, which is it's not gonna matter too much to us because we're speedrunners, but it's just involves us not stopping because I don't think they actually spawn yet on this planet.
So yeah, I guess as we're doing the final green star, we just got another 10 euro and 80 cent donation from Captain Sharon. I hope I said that right. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you very much for your donation. That didn't go to Luigi's Mansion, so that's still on 0. But it did go to the Poyan mission, so we got a little bit closer on that one.
This section is done in the common mission where normally you have to do the same level again, but then with Cosmic Luigi following you all the way around. And it can be a little bit annoying, but luckily for this part, for example, you can just keep on backflipping and doing a spin, and you get pretty far through the level. Oh, there we go. Oh, rip Esther.
Aww.
I tried. Sorry, guys. It was just...
so close.
What level was giving me so much trouble again? Oh, right. The Rolling Coaster Galaxy.
Yeah, that one with the rolling ball that looked like Rainbow Road.
Yeah. See, if that level just wasn't in the run, then we would have been fine. Anyway, we're gonna go up the wall here because doing the level the regular way, why would we do that? I want to show at least one more strat. Normally, you go all the way up here, and then this regular star is right over here, but you can also see the green star down there, so time's really close. Just gotta hit this green star. And time. So yeah, that is green stars. I hope you all enjoyed, and since we're slightly overestimate, let me quickly go into the donation incentive. So I'm quickly gonna reset over here. Like Perfect Run normally unlocks after first collecting all 240 stars, which we basically just did. But then we will need to beat the level once more before we can unlock the Perfect Run. So I'm just gonna go to my completed file here. I also see someone on tech who really wants to go to bed, so I'll try to go fast, okay? So yeah, Perfect Run, hardest. I'm actually gonna grab Luigi because I'm used to doing this level with Luigi. And then we're gonna Luigi. Then off to the final galaxy it unlocks after collecting all 240 stars, then beating this game once, beating that level once, and then getting a total of 9,999 star bits in your star bank at one point. So definitely takes a lot of farming. But yeah, after that you get the most difficult challenge, which is the Perfect Run. Hope you all enjoy. I'm mostly gonna be focusing for this one. Coming up with Yoshi segment, not the most difficult thing. Over, quickly going up. We're actually gonna take Yoshi with us to the next section, slightly faster. On this planet, we gotta hit all the switches while avoiding the lasers. Gonna try to do this as optimally as I can. Because if you do it correctly, you can skip over these corners without having to jump. And that saves a little bit of time. Yeah, that's 2 sections down. There's a total of 6 sections. And we just got through the second one. Now we're gonna go to the section with Cloud Power Up. And unfortunately, we can't have Cloud and Yoshi, so Yoshi, we immediately get up Yoshi there. Gonna skip a little bit of the level there by just falling through. And then just doing lots of cloud cancels getting through here. Making sure I grab extra clouds. Extras. And with 2 extra clouds, that's technically you can play it so that you have 3 extra clouds for this next section, but 2 is usually enough. Yeah, this section over here, we're just gonna play this really safe. Just doing regular jumps here, you just usually gets you through that section quite easily. Again, normally approximately when you pass that section, they stop shooting lasers at you. There, we use one of the clouds, just makes that final section is definitely the hardest part of that part over there. Here, gotta avoid some laser bars. And we're just gonna long jump over here and get the pool star. You know, I don't really want to deal with this section, so we're just gonna fall down and use the pool star to just fly over. Because why not? Gonna do that again. And grab that one. Alright, that lets us go to the final section over here, which is probably the most difficult section, because there's a lot of enemies throwing stuff at us, and for some reason their range on all the things they're throwing, it's way further than it usually is. So, gotta focus here on making sure I don't run into any of the hammers. Gonna skip this section, because this section is definitely the most useful part. No, the difficult part. So here, just gonna bounce a little bit, make sure I avoid the hammer. I think we got it though. There we go. So yeah, that is the perfect run. Didn't give me as much suffering as I hoped.
as you hoped, even. Oh wow.
I want to show more Galaxy 2.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I think that'll be it for Galaxy 2.
Yeah, really enjoyed the run. Hope everyone enjoyed as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the marathon.
So yeah, with that, we're going to be moving on to another fantastic run we've got coming up. We've got Shovel Knight coming up momentarily. So that's